Mic check 1 2 1 2. Time to play the intro. What you gonna do? Talk Nation, man. Welcome back, everybody. Let's cue the intro before we get into it.
Become the oldest fighter to win a world welterweight title. Amazing accomplishment that I never thought I would accomplish. But know that God is good all the time. That's why I gave all glory to God.
What's going on, man? Please smash that like button as you come into the studio. Welcome back. If you are, I guess, a member of Talk Nation, man, God bless you. I appreciate y'all. We about to get into it, man. And I want you guys to be very active today. I want y'all opinion on what's going on in the state of boxing. I want today to be about y'all. I need y'all to be in the comments. We asking questions. We answering questions. Conor Benn. And you know what? I thought Conor Benn and Boots possibly could happen. But Conor Benn and Chris Eubank is about to happen. And that fight is going to be interesting, man. I mean, these guys are going to be fighting at a catchweight too. I believe the catchweight is 156, and that is going to be, I don't know, man. That might be a tough fight for Conor Benn, going up to 156 from 147 to face Chris Eubank. I mean, I think that's going to be quite difficult indeed. You know what I mean? What do you guys, man, feel about that, man? Because this is the type of situation that everybody for sure has an opinion, especially if you're a fan of one of these two guys or both fighters. I mean, who's ever in here? I mean, can you hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me okay. Okay. I hope that ain't. I hope. I hope that ain't the ops. I mean, I hope that's a true member to the. You know what I'm saying, to the podcast, or of you know what I'm saying, just a fan of boxing. I hope it ain't the enemy. But you know what? That's Dell. That's what's up. Okay. To me, it depends on his walk around weight, on how he can carry it. I don't know, man. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's the first time I'm using this headset too, so I'm definitely want to make sure everything is good. Appreciate the feedback, my brother. But I mean, Chris Eubank is a natural middleweight. You know what I mean? And he fought at 68, so Chris Eubank walks around heavy, bro. He walks around heavy. Conor Benn campaigning at 147, and they fighting at a catchweight for this fight. So naturally, Chris Eubank, he's the bigger guy for this fight, bro. You know what I mean? He is the bigger guy. And for Conor Benn to move up, I mean, that's a dangerous fight, man. He may run into the same fucking problem that Canelo did. When Canelo moved up, daring to be great, when he fought Bivol, he ran into a brick wall. Conor Benn can do the same thing. And if Conor Benn moves up and he gets hurt by Chris Eubank, I mean, that could fuck his career up a little bit, bro. Because people are talking about Conor Benn as being as being in the mix with Jaronennis and Stanionis and the rest of these guys. So if he takes a loss, I mean, that's I mean, that could set him back a little bit. How much? Who knows? Depending upon how bad he get beat. But I mean, that could That could definitely, you know what I mean, set him back a little bit. But skill wise, I mean, I believe that Conor Ben has a good skill set for Chris Eubank. And at the same time, Chris Eubank has a good skill set for Conor Ben. I mean, Chris Eubank, this guy, first of all, he used to train himself. And he went from training himself to picking up a trainer. He worked with Roy Jones for a minute. And Chris Eubank, he has that raw talent, raw skill. He's a very, you know what I'm saying, ferocious fighter. That's what I'm saying. Can Ben carry that weight, and will his power transfer? I mean, Conor Ben does have power, but you have to look at the opponents that were affected by his power. Chris Algieri, Van Heerden. I mean, these dudes aren't solid when it comes to getting hit, in my opinion, especially by somebody with power. So if Conor Ben, if he can't hurt the already naturally bigger guy, which is Chris Eubank is going to fuck around and walk Conor Ben down, and he's going to beat him up. And like I said, he's already a bigger guy. And if they don't have, and they should have, a rehydration clause in the contract, because if they fight now at catch weight at 156, I mean, if it wasn't a catch weight, Chris Eubank, he's probably blowing up to what, over 160, 170 on fight night. And Conor Ben will be somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's just say 160, 162. So any way that you look at it, Chris Eubank is going to outweigh Conor Ben. He's going to outweigh him. And Chris Eubank, his boxing ability has improved, you know what I'm saying? I mean, over the years and over his past fights, but he still has that veracity when he fights. Chris Eubank, he throws a lot of shots. He has power. He's a ferocious finisher. So Conor Ben, I mean, this is a dangerous fight. I don't know why. I mean, but I'm about to say, I don't know why he picked this. Maybe to clear the family name, because his father and Chris Eubank's father, they fought in the 90s, and Chris Eubank's father, he won the first fight, and I believe that the second fight was a draw. So now the sons are going to fight, and I mean, I don't know how that shit is going to match up, and it's looking like the Eubank name is going to be victorious once again. So if that's why Conor Ben took that fight, because he wants to, clear his family name. He want to get a W in the win column. I mean, the parameters in which he's fighting under is going to be hard for him to do. So, I mean, that's going to be tough that's going to be a tough fight for Conor Ben. But if Conor Ben can move up in weight against Chris Eubank Jr., if he can move up and he can fuck with him, let alone beat him or hurt him or stop him, I mean, that is going to make Conor Ben's stock rise, through the fucking roof. I mean, they're already known and popular in the UK. But defeating Chris Eubank, that will broaden the horizons a bit, and more fans in the States will know, and throughout the world, because boxing is a global sport. Boxing may not be the number one sport in the world as far as sports goes and sports entertainment, but boxing is all around the globe, and that reach in his name will go further if he's able to move up. And like I said, hurt, stop, knock out, and overall beat Chris Eubank Jr. So, I mean, it's going to be real. It's going to be an interesting fight, man. And not only do I wish, man, like I could be in an arena for a fight like that, because this fight is going to be in the O2 Arena in the UK. That shit is going to be jumping, because both of these guys are UK boys. And like I said, their fathers are household names. These guys are legends. So is the narrative behind the fight is huge. And the way they put it together, you know what I mean, it's a feat. Shout out the Matchroom, because when we was in the chat yesterday, that's when the news broke. And shout out to the chat, because y'all broke the news and y'all let me know that the fight was announced, because the fight was announced actually while we was in the chat. So I didn't know. But after the podcast was over, I went and I combed the airways, and then bam, you seen it from you seen the post from the DAZN. You know what I mean? It's going to be October 8th at the O2 Arena. And then, you know what I mean? You had Eubank, you had Conor BENN. Then I started doing a little bit of research on the history of these two, not only two fighters, but also their fathers. And the numbers that Eubank Sr. and Conor BENN's father, the numbers that they did back in the day was fucking crazy. I'm talking about like, yo, these guys were fucking super explosive. They put up some very good numbers back in the day, bro. I think like globally they was doing like, I mean, like over like 500 million, you know what I'm saying, views. You know what I mean? So like these guys were, you know what I'm saying, these guys were the real deal when they was fighting, man. You know what I mean? Not only that, I mean, everybody was tuning in to watch, you know, both of their fights. Both of their fights did good numbers. So maybe the DAZN, Matchroom, they're trying to, I guess, tap into that, you know what I mean? But today the landscape is different. The landscape isn't like it was in the 90s. It's a whole lot different nowadays. So they may not see the same number. Well, I'm pretty guaranteed they ain't gonna see the same fucking numbers that they saw back then. But you can't take nothing away from Conor BENN. You can't take anything away from Chris Eubank. Both of these guys have laid their own path in the sport of boxing. And when it comes to sons fighting, I guess, opposed or apart from their fathers, they have done they've done a pretty good job. You know what I mean? Because you look at dudes like you know what I mean, Julio Chavez. He's nothing like his father. You know what I mean? So shout out to Shane Mosley. He does, you know what I mean? He does have a loss, you know what I mean? But he's still carving his way in the boxing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as being a fighter. So it's not easy to get from under your father's shadow if you're trying to be a professional fighter. You really do have to be talented. You really do have to be nice, because you may find yourself in a situation. Look at Hasim Rahman. You may find yourself in a situation where you have to fight somebody like Jake Paul in order to get a buzz, you know what I'm saying, under your name. We seen how that fucking narrative, you know what I'm saying, fell through. I mean, it was a bunch of bullshit. So it's not easy to get from under your father's shadow, especially if they are, you know what I mean, or if they were a great fighter, let alone a Hall of Famer. So, I mean, shout out to these guys, man, but it's not going to be an easy fight. And I believe the tools that Conor BENN has, he could definitely make an interesting fight. But like you said, Dale, you know what I mean? Like, how is his weight going to carry? How is he going to carry that weight? And this is his first time moving up to that weight. And it's different, you know what I mean? Like Danny Garcia had time to transition his body to 154. Even though he was away from the sport, he said it like, I was working out. You know what I mean? Not only I was still watching the sport to keep my mind within the sport and to know what's going on, but I was also running. You know what I mean? I was still exercising. So Danny Garcia, he looked good when he moved up to 154. And he's only going to get stronger. So Conor BENN, he doesn't have that same luxury. Yes, he does have time to have a decent camp, but it's different when you're putting on that weight. You know what I mean? Your conditioning, your stamina, those are two important things, because you're adding on that muscle, and that shit can drain your body. Look at Deontay Wilder when he tried to put on that muscle for Tyson Fury, because he didn't want to get muscled by Tyson Fury. So he felt as though putting on that weight would give him an advantage. But between the added weight, then you got fucking costume to weigh fucking 1,000 pounds and shit, took everything out of his legs, got into the fight. Tyson Fury still, you know what I'm saying, put his weight on him, took even more gas and wind out of his cells, you know what I mean, just killed, Deontay Wilder's legs. And ultimately, that's why Deontay Wilder got, knocked out. He was already outmatched as far as skill. So then once you take a depleted Deontay Wilder, once you factor that shit in, it's just a matter of time before he gets broken down and gets knocked the fuck out. And Conor Benn can find himself in that same situation, bro. He can find himself in that same situation if he does not um acclimate to that weight well. So the news was just broke. So we still have to see, I guess, certain details about the fight. Because one of the things they haven't talked about yet was the rehydration clause for the fight. So, like I said, because it has to be, because I'm not Conor, Chris Eubank. I mean, this motherfucker already walks around heavy. So his rehydration, he's going to rehydrate, dude, probably, I'm guessing, if not close to 170, fuck around, be over 170. And he's used to that weight. His stamina won't be an issue. So, and Chris Eubank is a strong guy. This guy, Chris Eubank, that motherfucker strong, man. And he tough. He's strong and he's tough and he's durable. So Conor Benn, this is probably the toughest fight of his career if you're Conor Benn. Yes, he's talented. Yes, he does have grit, but this is a huge obstacle. And I'm telling you, man, like they really should have took a page out of Canelo book, because when Canelo thought that he was going to move up and go against Dmitrybivol, because he thought that he picked somebody that wasn't fucking dangerous. But look what happened. Bivol, from the jump, he said, I respect Canelo, but I don't see what all the hype is about. He's a man just like me. I have no fear of this motherfucker, man. Now, if Conor Benn has that mentality, if he truly got a comment from Dell. Dell says Jamar Charlo, Boo Boo, and other fights that are getting stole. Bro, we need more fights done buying fights that we as fans don't want to see. And unfortunately, that's why I said, bro, you know what I mean? Like, not only that's a great point, but that just solidifies what I said about the market is different now. The fighting scene isn't like it is in the 90s when Conor Benn Sr. and Eubank Sr. was fighting. Like back then in the 90s and shit, it's like when Mike Tyson and shit, like when they was fucking fighting, like the fighting scene was vivid, was proud. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody loved boxing, you know what I mean? And the stars come out now, but the stars really came out then, you know what I mean? And this is before social networking and all that. And that just goes to tell you, like, how could boxing have been bigger back then when it wasn't any, social networking platforms and all that kind of shit than it is now? That should tell you a lot. And even though boxing is not dead, you know what I mean? Boxing should be a bigger sport than what it is. But a reason why it's not is because a lot of these guys, they're not fighting each other. And it's too many belts. And not only is too many belts, but you got all these belts circling around per division, and guys are still not fucking fighting each other. You know what I mean? So, like, that should tell you a whole hell of a lot, man. And like you said, Jamar Charlo, Boo Boo, like, but as far as Boo Boo Andre though, I do have to give Boo Boo credit, because he's like Boo Boo, like he was calling motherfuckers out. Just like after the fight when he, went into the media conference and he tried to call Canelo out. And Canelo was like, my man, like, get the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? But it's to the point where that's what certain fighters who do want to make sure that they leave a positive legacy in the sport of boxing. It's like these dudes are downgraded to, borderline beg for fights. And you shouldn't have to beg for fights, man. It's as simple as, if the fans want to see whoever fight whoever, then your job as a promoter is simply to make that fight. It's simple. True, way too many belts. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact that Floyd Mayweather himself put out there. I mean, but it is true. You know what I'm saying? Because you have all these belts, but even within the circles of the fighters, they don't even respect those titles unless it's the super. You know what I mean? Because like right now, you know what I mean. Stanionis may have the regular WBA title, but it don't mean nothing. Why? Because Errol Spence, he has, you know what I'm saying, he has the super, he has the main fucking belt. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's the point of having a belt if it's not the belt of the division? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard as shit to be a pure champion. And in my opinion, a lot of these guys are comfortable being watered down champions. Dale says, and I've been telling people Canelo hasn't really got better. He has just got better at picking opponents. Well, since he fought Canelo, since Canelo fought Mayweather, Canelo, he has improved defensively, but you are also correct in the sense of he has gotten better at picking his opponents, but that comes with the level that Canelo was on, and Canelo is using that to his advantage instead of using that clout at being at a level like Canelo is or like Errol Spence is. Instead of using that power to give the fans the fights they want, you use that power to protect your record or to secure the bag, but you're securing these fights and they're really not dangerous fights. That's why I said when he picked dmitrybivol, he thought that dmitrybivol was going to be an easy fight. But I don't know how. Whoever does Canelo's matchmaking, and besides that, Eddie Reynoso, like they really dropped the ball because they didn't inform or educate Canelo. But a lot of people, even myself, you can go back and watch a lot of my shorts and videos that I did on Canelo and Bivol leading up to the fight. That was my whole message leading up into the fight. Don't sleep on Dimitri Bivol. Don't sleep on Dimitri Bivol. Like he is nice. I'm telling you, once, even if I don't know about a fighter and you put me on to a fighter, as soon as I go back and I start, and all I got to do is watch the last couple of fights. And then if I want to see the progression of their talent, I'll go back and watch a couple of their early fights. But if I go back and watch a couple of fights, I can pretty much get an idea of not only their style, but their ability, what they're capable of, and their potential to grow into as a fighter. And Canelo, you know what I mean, he does have potential, you know what I mean? And we see it. He's grown since he beat Floyd Mayweather. But no fighter is unbeatable. There's somebody out there that can fight and beat Canelo Alvarez. Namely, in my opinion, David Benavidez. That's the first one to come to mind for me. Dale says belts don't mean nothing. Look how they treating Devin. Well, yeah, they still calling Devin Haney a fucking email champion. But I believe one of them belts that he does have, though, I think is like a title that you can't win because I think he was on somebody's platform. I think it was IK or somebody, but he was on somebody's platform, and they were actually physically talking about that. And that's one of the things that they actually stipulated and cleared up. That yes, that is pretty much the way that you have to apply, or you know what I mean, get that belt. You know what I mean? So, but long story short, it's too many fucking guys that have watered down titles. If you don't have a super title, if you don't have the main title, then you ain't got no fucking belt. That's it. And by them having those watered down titles, that gives these guys the opportunity to pretty much fight lesser, you know what I'm saying, lesser opponents. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, like I said, that hurts the sport. And Floyd kind of messed the game up when he made boxing become about money opposed to fights. But at the same time, I do respect it because there's no health plan in boxing. You look at how many fighters who passed away or have mental issues and they struggle financially because maybe the money wasn't the same back then, but more importantly, as far as their health has, you know what I mean, deteriorated over time due to the punishment that they have sustained in boxing. So a lot of guys nowadays, like they are really they trying to be about that bag because it's like if you get hurt, hey, this could be my last fight. I want to make sure that I got enough fucking money to take care of myself and my family. I mean, for forever, how long? So I do get it. I do understand it. But an argument of that, I always say, look, it's up to your team. In my opinion, that's the sole job of your team is to make sure they get you top dollar. Your job as a fighter is to fight the best and to request to fight the best opponent that you can possibly fight. Don't fight, you know what I mean? Just get by opponents, you know what I mean? Somebody who can somewhat entertain you and the fans. No, every fight that you face should be a legitimate threat, opposed to just being a puncher's threat. Dale says, right, because when Leonard and Hearns fought, it was only, you know what I'm saying, 2 belts. And you look at how Leonard and Hearns, when they fought, that's number one. And you look at the energy that these guys exhibited when they fought. You look at the energy of the crowds when these guys fought. It's not like it is now in the sport of boxing. Same sport, different energy. And with time, things are supposed to progress and move forward. And to some degree, it's supposed to get bigger. So the sport of boxing theoretically should be bigger than what it is now. But I truly believe that what's hurting the sport of boxing is the fact that these guys aren't fighting each other and they're making it so difficult to fight each other. And they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. If you want to be the top dog in your division, it's quite simple. Fight the best. Fight the best. Because being a fighter is already a dangerous job to begin with. So why shortchange yourself? That's in my opinion. If I'm trying to fight professionally, if I want to be a professional prize fighter, okay, I want to fight the best because fighting the best is going to get you the best bag. I mean, simple. And if you can't get, I guess, the better of the bag on the first fight, then, as I said, tell your team to step up and make sure that you get that rematch within the initial contract. So, okay, if I got to give so if my opponent gets the better end of the bag on the first fight, and I know I just have to go in there and I have to do what I have to do and I have to execute. So when the second fight comes around, when that rematch comes around, I'm going to get the bigger end of the bag. Talking about Devin Haney, that is the same situation that Devin the Dream Haney is in right now. He went to Australia. He took the, you know what I mean, took the short end of the stick. You know what I mean? But guess what? Now you got to pay me. If you don't pay me, we got to work something out and I'm going to fight somebody else and I'm going to make money. So now they have to come up with that money. They have to get people to put up with that money. But see, it's going to be hard for Kambosos and company because of the performance that Devin the Dream Haney put Kambosos through. So for benefactors to put that money up for Kambosos' side to secure that bag and fight for Kambosos, it's like you putting your money up against a losing, you know what I mean, against the losing side. Dale says, do you think the bag is the problem with but it says he says an error. To a degree, yes. Because I told y'all, man, like with Errol Spence and Terencecrawford Crawford, it's a lot on the line with these guys. It's a lot on the line because they're aging out of the division with the talent that is under Errol, and the talent that is under Bud. Like these guys are aging themselves. Well, they're aging out of the division. They're simply aging out of and it's not nobody's fault. That's just how it is. You have a lot of upcoming guys in the welterweight division who are, supremely talented, namely jaronbootsennis. And Conor Benn was one of those fighters. But if he goes and gets destroyed by Chris Eubank Jr., that's going to knock him, you know what I'm saying, down, you know what I mean, down a notch or two within the rankings. And somebody else is going to come up. That's just the nature of the beast. But like I said, if he goes in there, this is Conor Benn, and he executes and he puts on a great fight, and he's able to hurt, stop, or knock out Chris Eubank Jr., then his stock is going to rise, even in the welterweight division. Even though the fight that he just executed and won wasn't at 147. The fact that he dared to be great and step up and move up in weight, and he fought the bigger guy, and he beat the bigger guy, especially if he beats him convincingly. I mean, Chris Eubank is a name. Not only is Chris Eubank a name, but like I said, the narrative of their fathers fighting back in the day, you know what I mean? Chris Eubank Sr., he pretty much he has that win over you know what I'm saying, Nigel Benn. So that's just what it is. So this fight between them two guys, man, I mean, it definitely has ramifications, but you know what I mean, behind it. But if Chris Eubank loses to Conor Benn, yeah, I mean, it's going to sting because you had, you know what I mean, you had a smaller guy coming up and waiting, he beat you. But you have to look at it from that standpoint of Conor Benn was just skillful. And that's pretty much what it is at this point. Does Conor Benn have the style and the skill to disrupt and beat Chris Eubank Jr.? And everybody that Conor Benn has fought so far, as I mean, in the welterweights, they don't walk around as heavy as Chris Eubank. So this is truly a test for him. And like I said, I mean, skill for skill. I mean, Chris Eubank is, I think, in my opinion, he's going to be able to hold his own against Conor Benn. A lot of, Conor Benn's past four opponents, I mean, skill-wise, they didn't measure up to him. But now him facing Chris Eubank Jr., I mean, Chris Eubank, man, is a fucking problem. Lipson says, yes, Ben have new style. Benzina, and who is Ben? I don't know if you're answering the question. Ben is Conor Benn. Welterweight, flourishing welterweight, very skilled, but he's moving up to face Chris Eubank Jr. at a catchweight. And that's going to be, I mean, a hell of a fight. And you said Benzina. You know what I mean? I guess he cracking jokes and shit, you know what I mean? But Conor Benn is Conor Benn is fucking nice, man. Like I said, I really started looking at Conor Benn because when Keith Thurman bitched out at fighting fucking Boots and Stanionis, it was already reported that they're trying to put Stanionis because of his WBA regular title. They're trying to get him as, you know what I mean, on the card for Spence Crawford. But they're not releasing who his opponent possibly could be. But we know from reports, if you follow jaronennis and his team, that his father, Bozy Ennis, and Steven Espinosa, that it's been reported that that is the two fights that they're trying to secure for jaronennis, Keith Thurman and Stanionis. If they can't get Keith Thurman, they want Stanionis, and Keith Thurman priced himself out of the running by $110 million to fight Bootsennis. Like I said, that's bullshit. But Keith Thurman is just working on the Keith Thurman retirement plan. Remember, it ain't no healthcare in boxing. So therefore, if you're an older fighter, I was saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you're going towards your mid-30s, and you are still at the top of your prospective division. The fights that you are facing or fighting right now, these fights, you have to get top dollar, because either you're going to do two things. Either you're fighting on your way to retirement, or you're fighting and you're possibly about to move up in weight from your current division. And that is what Bud and that's what Errol Spence they're doing. They are fighting right now at 147, the biggest fight of their prospective careers. But after they fight, and hopefully, you know what I mean, either they both are, but one most certainly will move up to 154. And like I said, 154 has some talent, and 154 has some killers. And like I said, Jermell Charlo, him being the undisputed champion at 154, it'll be an interesting narrative to see if Errol Spence pursues a fight with Jermell Charlo. But they already said it, man. If the bag is there, I'll fight him. And you know that Al Heyman, come on now. I mean, that's a huge, huge fight. And being as though they're already both PBC fighters, in my opinion, I think that fight is already probably fucking made. Behind closed doors, friendship aside, that fight could possibly already be made for Errol Spence if he moves up to 154. He may beat Terence Bud Crawford out of that fight. But Crawford has went on the record and said that once I beat Errol Spence at 147, I want to move up to 154, and I want to fight Charlo for his belts. I mean, that's a huge, huge task, because if you fight Spence at 147, that's already a fucking rumble in the jungle. And then if you happen to knock Spence off and become undisputed at 47, and then you relinquish the titles and then move up, or if not relinquish the titles, if you just take a fight at 147, you automatically guarantee possibly a fight with Charlo, because you're already undisputed at 47 and you're moving up to 54. I mean, they're going to elevate you, and they're going to make that fight. So Bud could fuck around, go to 154, and become undisputed at 54. And could you imagine that shit if he was to become undisputed at 47 and 54, and then fluctuate between both divisions and shit for his, let's just say for his next two fights, he go back down to 147 and give jaronbootsennis a shot. And if jaronbootsennis beats Terence Crawford, then he becomes the undisputed welterweight champion at 147. And now Terence Bud Crawford can just say fuck it, leave 147, move up to 154, and now he's the undisputed champion at 154. Give himself some time after fighting Boots, 6 months, who knows? Yeah, I would probably say 6 months. And this, you know what I mean? Make sure that he gets his body right and acclimate to the weight at 154. And then he'll probably take on, you know what I'm saying, like a nice, you know what I mean, B level opponent. Who knows, B+ level opponent, and defend his titles. I'm telling you, man, like that's probably how Terence Crawford is looking at this situation right now. I keep on thinking that's the comments. Dale said, if Bud doesn't make this fight, what other payday can he get bigger than Spence? Man, y'all maybe not gonna believe this shit, but you said as far as a payday from, I mean, besides Spence, I mean, at 147, it's only Thurman or jaronennis. It's only Thurman or jaronennis at 147. And I mean, if Thurman won 10 million to fight, if he won 10 million to fight Boots, I just can't fathom what he's going to ask for to fight Terence Bud Crawford. I don't know what I just can't wrap my head around that shit. But like I said, you have to give you got to give Keith Thurman his credit. He's working on the Keith Thurman retirement plan. I understand. I understand his angle. I understand what he's trying to do. But I don't think the Keith Thurman is going to get the bag that he's looking for. Remember, Adrian Broner, he said the same shit. He said, I ain't coming back to boxing unless you give me what he say, 20 million or some crazy shit. And now, what is Adrian Broner doing? Not only is he back in boxing, but he's back in boxing fighting Omar Figueroa. And he ain't getting nowhere near 20 fucking million. He's not even getting a full third, you know what I'm saying, of that. So it's like talk is cheap. You have to understand the reality. And Keith Thurman know that, man. Keith Thurman just talking shit. But Terence Crawford is really and see, this is the way that, I mean, let's take the fans out of it. People in the sport of boxing, as far as analysts, their fellow peers who are now analysts, there is no reason why Terence Crawford should not fight Errol Spence. The sole reason why you left Top Rank was because Top Rank couldn't secure you the Manny Pacquiao fight. Top Rank didn't want to secure you the Errol Spence fight. Bob Arum felt as though the money just wasn't there. You're not generating enough money for me to put all that money put all that money out there. So after his victory, went up on stage and he announced that I'm leaving Top Rank. That was the main reason why Terence Crawford left Top Rank and decided to roll solo. So if fights like that did come across your lap, and Terence Crawford is a name, financiers and people that got money will step up and financially back Terence Crawford. He's pound for pound the best fighter in the world. His skill set, anybody that got the money will bet on Terence Crawford. Anybody that has that money will bet on Terence Crawford. That's why for people to say it's hard for them to get the money for that fight, are you fucking crazy? You have two of the top fighters, not only in the welterweight division, but boxing, period. Money is going to be there. Shit, if I had an extra 30 million, you know what I'm saying? I would invest in that fight myself. And I'm sure financiers, you know what I mean, in Dubai or whatever like that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they can get in contact with some of these guys, and those dudes will open up their piggy bank, you know what I mean? That's pocket change for these dudes, cuz, you know what I'm saying? They can get them 100 million like it's fucking nothing. Just let me get a return on my investment. And the money is there. But Crawford and with Spence, like I said, man, this fight could potentially be a trilogy. Easy. You already want to fight once. If you get a rematch clause in the initial contract, I'm telling you, then you split the victories, and then you guys fight again. And then if the third fight, let's say they make the third fight in Dubai, man, that fight will be fucking huge, cuz the money, I mean, you're talking about not only a guaranteed check, but money. Well, you won't even have to trip about money if they make the third fight and they go overseas and they take that third fight, you know what I'm saying, to Dubai. Well, you crazy, man. And that's if I was Errol Spence's promoter, if I was Terence Crawford, you know what I mean, management, if I was directing him on the course of his next 2 to 3 fights, that will be my plan for Terence Crawford. And then after that, like I said, if you're victorious and you become undisputed at 147, then you take that notoriety, you take that clout, you jump up to 154, you face Charlo for undisputed at 154. And if you think that you can move to 154 and beat Jermell Charlo, you have to have that confidence. And Terence Crawford believes that he can go to 54 and beat Charlo. And hypothetically, let's say he does, and he secures the win. He becomes undisputed at 54. I'm telling you, Terence Crawford is going to go back to 47, fight Jaronennis. He already said that he will fight Jaronennis. He put it out there already. He put it out there already. And if I'm sure Steven Espinoza and company. Now, Terrence Bud Crawford, I'm sure they'll give Bud Crawford 10 million. I'm sure they'll scrape up that kind of money to give Terrence Bud Crawford. And I know for a fact that jaronbootsennis would not have an issue with taking less money if he was able to get Terrence Bud Crawford in the ring. Boost on ankle say he don't give a fuck about the bag, but that's one thing that you ain't gonna have to trip about with jaronennis when it comes to the elite level competition that he's been looking to fight. He knows the sport of boxing. Bozy Ennis knows the sport of boxing. So they know if you're not in the position to argue like you're the financial A side, you're going to have to take the lesser cut, period. The only thing, you just hope they conduct good business and they give you a fair share of the pie. If they try to fuck you, that's something different. But as long as they give you something fair and respectful, then you fight. And I know that's how Boots, I know they have already said that shit. So I know if the opportunity comes for Boots to fight Bud, money ain't gonna be an issue. Boots just wants that fight. He wants that name on his belt for his legacy. He wants Spence's name on his belt for his legacy. The money will be there. Jaronbootsennis is 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? He got at least another fucking 10 years in the sport of boxing. And he don't get fucking hit. He's never fucking really lost a fucking round. So he has at least 10 years in the sport of boxing. And keep in mind, he wants to go from 47 to 54 to 60 and possibly end his career at 68. Because he has the frame and the skill set to do it. So jaronbootsennis, he's going to have a hell of a career in the sport of boxing. That is why he's been patient, because his time is coming. Matter of fact, his time is now. The fights that he's fighting now is already putting him in position to be put in place to take over the division. That is why Showtime gave him that multi-fight deal. Like Steven Espinoza, you know what I mean? Like, see, they smart, man. They see the talent that this young guy has. More importantly, they see the ability that is going to propel him long term. I ain't talking about he's just going to be hot for a year or two. Jaronennis is that he's a generational talent. He can be the next fucking Floyd Mayweather. Jaronennis is going to be a huge box office name for years to come. He's continually improving. He has not lost a round. All of his fights, and he's damn near 30 fights in, have not went more than 6 rounds. Come on, man. Jaronennis is, I mean, he's the next step. So that's why Spencer Crawford, and I believe they're all going to fight. You hear them talking about November, what they say, November 12th or November 19th or something like that. Like, that just goes to tell you right there, don't count your chickens before they hatch, or whatever that bullshit phrase is. Because if you throwing 2 different dates out there, maybe, I mean, that's a venue situation. But you shouldn't even be putting dates out there unless that shit is confirmed, in my opinion. But like I said, people are so thirsty for news about this fight. Anything that drops, people are holding on to it. People are running with it. And supposedly that came from Dan Raphael. But it don't matter if it came from Dan Raphael or not. You know what I mean? Facts is facts. The truth is the truth. And until I hear that shit from Bud or Spence or the PBC, Showtime, or Steven Espinoza, you know what I mean? I ain't believing everything I fucking hear. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these people are just putting shit out there, just to push shit out there. And I'm tired of hearing about that shit. But let's switch gears. Let's switch divisions, and let's talk about the heavyweights real quick. Because anthonyjoshua and Oleksandr Usyk, this fight, which is going to be a huge fight, has gotten even better. And the reason why this fight has gotten even better is because Oleksandr Usyk, this dude done put on fucking weight. And I don't mean weight as far as he put on fat. No, Alexander Usyk is fucking jacked. Alexander Usyk looked like he been fucking lifting since he came back from the Ukraine. You know what I mean? Like Alexander Usyk is going to, I think he's going to put on a show against Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua may possibly get knocked out. We may see him get knocked out again because Alexander Usyk is the superior fighter. And now you're talking about Alexander Usyk has put on muscle. So now with Alexander Usyk's superior fighting ability, now he's gotten even stronger. So now he can not only outbox you, but now he can outbox you, out-angle you, and put himself in a position to hurt you. I told people this, man, like why him and even Lomachenko, why these dudes was in the Ukraine and shit at war. These fucking guys were still fucking working out. They were still exercising, you know what I'm saying, with the soldiers and shit. So they wasn't over there getting in, you know what I'm saying, getting fat, getting out of shape. That's why as soon as Usyk came back, if you seen Usyk, like his weight was already in check. Usyk's weight was already fucking good. You know what I mean? So this fight between Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua is going to be a fantastic matchup. Shout out to Robert Garcia. Shout out to RGBA because this is his first heavyweight, but this is going to be a tough fight for Anthony Joshua. And Robert Garcia, that's a lot of pressure on his shoulders for him to not only train his first heavyweight, but to train his first heavyweight coming off of a loss to try to get his titles back. That is a tough situation for Robert Garcia to be in. But you know what? He accepted the task. He took that man's money. So now he's going to have to do his best. He's going to have to step up and he's going to have to perform. He's going to have to it's going to have to be a situation of Robert Garcia prepare Anthony Joshua the best that he could, but Usyk was just too much. He was just a better fighter. That has to be the narrative. But if Anthony Joshua looks at any time, at any second, like he's not prepared for Alexander Usyk, then that blame is going to fall on Robert Garcia's shoulder. So just like Anthony Joshua has a lot on the line, has a lot of pressure on his shoulders, whether he cares to talk about it or not, so does Robert Garcia. He has a lot of pressure on his, you know what I mean? This is the biggest fight in the heavyweight division. And with the heavyweight division heating back up, you have Deontay Wilder coming out of retirement. He's training, possibly going to fight Robert Helenius. And then after that, his next fight could possibly be, in my opinion, I said this before, win or lose, he might get a shot at Joshua or Andy Ruiz, or possibly, who knows, they may try to put him in there, even though I don't think that'll be a good option. With Alexander Usyk, give him a shot at becoming a champion again. So the heavyweight division is really, I ain't gonna say it's back. I ain't gonna say it's back yet, but the heavyweight division is most certainly heating back up. And Joshua versus Usyk 2 is going to be the catalyst. But let's just see how high that flame is going to burn. Because if Usyk destroys Anthony Joshua, which, in my opinion, what I know as far as Usyk, his skill set, what he brings to the table, I think that's going to be a tough fight for Joshua. These comments be coming in late, man. Be lagging. Dell said, you see how Showtime building Boots up, got him sponsoring little kids and all. He may be the face of boxing like Ray Leonard was with the Pepsi commercial. Bro, jaronennis is already sponsored by Jordan Brand. You know what I'm saying? Boots is already sponsored by Jordan Brand. He's already sponsored, you know what I'm saying, by a major sponsor already. And he doesn't even have a fucking title. So Jaron, like I said, Boots is there, bro. You know what I mean? The only thing that Jaronbootsennis is fucking missing is a strap. As far as his notoriety, as far as his potential value, his potential earning value, and his current earning ability and value, it's already fucking high. It's already fucking high. What do you think about the real big baby out of Ohio? I mean, as far as fighting who? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's funny because every time y'all say big baby and shit, I be thinking about Big Baby Davis and shit. But you talking about the young brother. I mean, he's talented, man. You know what I mean? He's talented. Um, Talented. I mean, has skill, has power, and he's not. He's more on those. He's a heavyweight, but he's a leaner heavyweight. So he's a big guy, you know what I mean? But he's athletic. He can move, he can box, he can punch. As I said, he's a part of that new breed of heavyweights coming into the fold. You know what I mean? So when these top guys, but you got top guys like okay, Fury, Wilder, Luis Ortiz, Andy Ruiz Jr., shit for that matter, you know what I mean? Let's just throw Joseph Parker in there. You know what I mean? Derek Chisora, like it's still a lot of heavyweights out there who may be veterans, but they still have some tread left on the tires. They're not in a position where they're about to bow out of the sport. So guys, so young heavyweights, like the young Big Baby Davis, like you said, out of Ohio, like these guys are pretty much just going to have to wait. I mean, they're going to have to wait their turn, beat who they put in front of you, and eventually the veteran heavyweights, whoever is at the proverbial bottom of the totem pole, then you may get your chance. And if they put you in there with somebody like Derek Chisora, or you could luck up and get a fight with Joseph Parker or something like that. Um, then you got to go in there and you got to get the W. And in my opinion, like that should be a strategy for a lot of these young guys. Like, don't try to achieve your goals only in the United States. Have your team, have your management team trying to fight some of them British heavyweights, some of them young up and coming British heavyweights. Because if you can get or be exposed to the market in the UK, I mean, hey, that could be an outlet for you, and that could make your run and your shot in the States and back home even better. So I try to tell fighters need to be thinking like that. You know what I mean? Like the UK is a huge market. If you're trying to come up, especially if you're trying to come up in the rankings, and you can't do it in the United States, man, go over there to UK and fight. You know what I mean? Fight them boys. You know what I mean? Tap into their market. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. That's the same thing Eddie Hearn is trying to do now. Eddie Hearn, he's big over there in the UK, but now he's trying to tap into the market in the United States. But as he claims, Steven Espinosa, Al Hammond, Bob Arum, basically all the players in the United States are trying to basically lock him out. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to lock him out. And in my opinion, they can't lock you out, because if you are a player in the sport of boxing, you're a player in the sport of boxing. You just got to pick your shots, pick your fights. And end of the day, if you have to, shit, fuck them and just go after the fighters directly. If you can't do business, you know what I'm saying, with the boss, especially if you're trying to do and conduct positive and clean business, and they don't want to give you the time of day, well, shit, extend that olive branch directly to the fighter. You seen what Eddie Hearn tried to do with Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? When they was talking about, okay, Tank is possibly about to leave Mayweather Promotions and all that, after his last fight, what did you see Leonard Ellerbe and Mayweather do? Man, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't gonna come out in the media and say that shit. But you know, they gave Tank a bag. You know what I'm saying? They gave Tank a buttload of money, you know what I mean? So he could stay over there at Mayweather Promotions. Because Tank Davis, if he leaves Mayweather Promotions, that's it. They done. He is the Canelo Alvarez of their of their promotional platform. If Tank leaves that platform, they ain't got shit. They ain't got shit because they've already lost fighters to competition, and they've lost fighters to bullshit. A lot of fighters say that, you know what I mean, well, Mayweather, you know what I mean, like they pretty much be keeping a lot of niggas on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't be getting behind these fighters like that. And Tank is their bread and butter. Tank is their bread and fucking butter, man. So I don't know. Um, let's smash that like button, man, as you're coming in. But you know what I mean, you talking about the young guy, man. Like who do you have? Who do y'all have? Or who you going for with Usyk versus Joshua? Who do y'all like in that? Who do y'all like in that fight? Because I'm telling y'all, man, like the heavyweights are it's about to be some shit jumping off with the heavyweights. I'm telling you, man, like whoever beats Usyk versus Joshua, and they're already talking about Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius. If that fight happens, and if Deontay Wilder is successful, and he still looks quote unquote impressive, if he happens to knock Helenius out, he still shows that he has that power. After that weight cut from the Fury fight, then Deontay Wilder possibly he's about to be right back in the heavyweight mix, right back in it. And then if Andy Ruiz is successful against Luis Ortiz, then that possibly can be Deontay Wilder's next fight. I've been saying that shit way before everybody. Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder are probably going to fight in 2023. That's going to be a huge fight in 2023. Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder. That's definitely going to be pay-per-view. That's going to be a huge fight and a tough fight. You know what I mean, for Wilder, a tough fight, because Andy Ruiz, I mean, he has power and he can box, and he has some of the fastest hands in the heavyweight division, outside of probably I would say like Joseph Parker. You seen what he did with fucking Anthony Joshua, and now he's in better shape. He's not trying to be fucking Mr. Universe and shit. You know what I mean? So now he's in better shape, but he still has that speed. And I think that he has more power because he's gotten in better shape. So Andy Ruiz, man, is he's a problem. And I can't wait to see how he looks against Luis Ortiz. And Luis Ortiz is a tough fight. I think it will be worse this time than the first time. I guess you're talking about between Usyk and Joshua. Yes, I don't know why this should be. StreamYard said this should be lagging. The comments be lagging, but damn, them shows be lagging like a lot. It takes a long time for the comments to jump over. But I'm telling you, man, like Usyk may fuck around and knock Anthony Joshua out. I've seen Usyk training, especially his current training, and he's bigger. Excuse me, he's bigger. He's stronger, and he's moving very well. You know what I mean? Like the drill that he was working on, you know what I'm saying? He was working on side to side movement and slipping, going forward and going backwards. So this means he's going to sit or be willing to sit in the pocket and possibly trade with Anthony Joshua. So if Anthony Joshua tries to press him, he still will, you know what I'm saying, be able to slick, you know what I'm saying, move and fight off, you know what I mean, fight off of the back foot and also apply that pressure. And if he fights Anthony Joshua, you know, I'm in a two-way, allowing, you know what I'm saying, I mean, pushing and pulling, he's probably going to take a lot of gas out of Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua does have a tendency to kind of lose gas and lose steam in the later rounds of the fight. And if he does that against Oleksandrusyk, I'm telling you, Usyk is just going to turn. He will turn up the gas, man. He's just going to press him. He's going to press him. And if he press Anthony Joshua, he will fuck around and he's going to hurt Anthony Joshua. I'm telling you, man. Like, I mean, I can see it. Usyk is a better boxer, has better footwork, And Robert Garcia, he wants to make Anthony Joshua more aggressive. Use your power, use your size. But when you fighting somebody who also has power and size and a better boxing skill set than you, I mean, you possibly are setting Anthony Joshua up to get knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? If anything, you should be working on, if you're Robert Garcia, yes, work on spots of pressure, but you should be working on his mid-range game. I mean, his mid-range game. Take a page out of the dmitrybivol book. So when Usyk, which is the better boxer, tries to close that distance, you know what I'm saying, you can keep him right where you want to keep him, which is away from you. And if you choose to close that gap, then you do so intelligently, and then you mix it up, turn, get up out of there. But just to apply pressure to Alexander Usyk, nah, that is not smart at all. Usyk is going to wind up fucking Anthony Joshua up. And if he catches Joshua in the right spot at the right time, it's already been done, already been proven. He can and will get hurt. And Usyk is a great boxer. He's a good finisher. He's possibly going to, you know what I mean, stop Anthony Joshua. Possibly going to stop him. And if he loses back-to-back fights with Usyk, I'm telling you, Anthony Joshua, I mean, that shit is going to hurt Anthony Joshua's stock. It's going to hurt his stock. It's going to hurt his stock. But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If Joshua loses to Usyk the second time around, look for his next fight to be against Deontay Wilder. I'm telling you, like Eddie Hearn, I think that's Eddie Hearn's, you know what I mean? I think that's his ace, you know what I mean? You say, I mean, trick up the sleeve, ace up the sleeve, whatever. But even if Anthony Joshua loses to Oleksandr Usyk, look for him to still possibly make that fight with Deontay Wilder. That fight is there to be made, and I truly believe that that fight most likely will be made if Joshua loses to Usyk. I think that fight still will be offered to Deontay Wilder, because back in the day, they asked Joshua, and Joshua said, you know, I mean, he's like, I'll fight Wilder even without a title. Even if we didn't have any titles, I'll still fight him. So that narrative has already been put out there for that fight to happen long ago. So if Deontay Wilder is successful against Robert Helenius or anybody, because I don't see him fighting, you know what I mean, one of the young lions coming up in the division. I don't see that. They're too strong, too fast, too hungry. I mean, Robert Helenius seems like more of a safer but stable and solid fight for Deontay Wilder to have for his comeback fight. And if he is successful, and like I said, if Anthony Joshua happens to lose to Oleksandr Usyk, I can most certainly see them setting the stage for that fight next, possibly in the UK. Because right now, I mean, Usyk versus Joshua is on neutral ground. So if Joshua loses to Usyk and his comeback fight after a loss is with Deontay Wilder, I think the Eddie Hearn and company, they're going to try to make that fight for the UK. And I believe it will go. And I believe it is most certainly going to shit is going to sell. That shit is going to sell. But Usyk, man, Usyk is a I mean, he's a fucking problem, man. And like I said, Deontay Wilder coming back out really, you know what I'm saying, really is making the heavyweight division look a bit more interesting. And to the fact that you even see Tyson Fury, he's trying to get a third fight with Derek Chisora. You know what I mean? He's talking about something. He won 2 trilogies under his belt. How you go from wanting 200 million to come back to the sport of boxing to requesting a third fight with Derek Chisora? You ain't gonna get no 200 million fighting Derek Chisora. Nowhere fucking near. So Tyson Fury talking, but he could just be talking his shit. And on top of that, current reports are that he got rid of Sugar, He's no longer fucking with the Crunk Gym, which is kind of fucked up because they're the reason why he was able to have the success that Tyson Fury has had up until this point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Sugar taught Tyson Fury how to sit on his fucking punches. That's how he knocked Wilder out. Tyson Fury, he wasn't sitting on his punches. He was dancing and fluttering the fucking around the ring. You know what I mean? So Sugar taught Tyson Fury how to sit on his punches, how to generate and get that power, you know what I mean, out of his frame. Sugar taught him how to do that. So if he got rid of Sugar, I mean, I think that's fucked up. But at the same time, that's a sport of boxing. That's a sport of boxing. Even though, to my knowledge, I mean, Sugar didn't do nothing to fuck up. I mean, you coming off of a victory, not a loss. So you think that you would keep him in the fold, but that could just be bullshit. That could just be Tyson Fury talking, just to, you know what I mean, get a buzz in the headlines, get people start, you know what I mean, get people talking about him again, which we are. So he won in regards to that. But I mean, Tyson Fury coming back, especially against Derek Chisora, and talking about Derek Chisora, he wanted to fight Deontay Wilder. I still have that post. He said, before you leave the sport, I want to taste your power. So Derek Chisora, he wants to feel what it's like to be hurt or knocked out by Deontay Wilder. So some people don't want to see Deontay Wilder back in the sport of boxing because his lack of boxing ability. But at the same time, the sport of boxing wants Deontay Wilder back. Not only do the sport of boxing want Deontay Wilder back, but it's actually fights in the heavyweight division for Deontay Wilder. It's fights to make. Shout out to Shelly Finkel. They said it's several. I mean, well, the guy they're talking about is Robert Helenius, but they said it's several names that they're discussing as far as possible return fights for Deontay Wilder. Several. So some of those names are going to be veterans, and who knows? Some of those names may be names of some young up and coming guys. Like you said, you know what I mean? The young big baby out of Ohio. Shout out to Dell for that one. But it's another guy, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know who that was, but Deontay Wilder, he took a picture with the young heavyweight. Like I said, these young heavyweights, man, like they're. I mean, these dudes are smaller. It's like they're taking a page out of Wilder's book. You know what I mean? Like these younger heavyweights, like these guys are smaller. They're not massive guys. You know what I mean? Like these guys are coming in like 214, 220. You know what I mean? Like they look around, you know what I mean, that size. So these young guys, man, like I said, they have power, they have skill, they have ability. So the up and coming heavyweights, I mean, these young guys are promising, man. You know what I mean? So when the veterans in the division, once their reign is complete, once all those fights are made, and I mean the new guys coming in, hey man, they're going to have their time to shine. But like I said, shout out to the heavyweights, man. Shout out to Deontay Wilder. Um, I mean, what do you guys what else do you guys have any further thoughts on the you know what I'm saying, Conor Ben and Eubank situation, or what other thoughts do you guys have in regards to whatever's going on, you know what I'm saying, in boxing, man? The floor is yours. Dale, what you got, man? You know what I'm saying? Because generally you ask a question, it takes a little minute, you know what I mean, for that shit to relay, and somebody shit to pop up in the comments because of the lag. So what do y'all got? Who and what do y'all want to see in the sport right now?
It was levels, and I had to step my game up.
Sure enough is. What y'all think about Teofimo? Teofimo and Kampa. How do y'all think Teofimo go do in his first fight back at 140? He looks in good shape. He looks like he's ready. But everybody looks good. Everybody looks ready when they're in camp. Postman, what's up, man? Postman says I got Ben winning. Postman says Ben. That's interesting, man. I mean, you got Conor Ben beating Eubank, and you know he's the smaller guy. So you think he's going to be strong enough in order to compete and hurt Chris Eubank? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I fuck with both of them. I think both of these guys are talented. But at the same time, I don't know, man. It's that weight for me, bro. On Loki said the rehydration clause. I'm telling you, man, because I mean, and I just got finished watching and studying Conor Ben for a possible jaronbootsennis fight. So now you're talking about Conor Ben moving up, even if it's at a catch weight at 156, still you might as well say the shit should have been at fucking 60. So whatever I mean, because okay, if the fight is at a catch weight at 156, let's just say hypothetically, the rematch clause is going to be that Eubank can't be no more than let's say between 165 and 167. Let's just say between 165 and 167. And Conor Ben is moving up to at least 156. So whatever his current weight is now, and he's probably working out, so he's not necessarily, well, he's training for a fight now. So he's probably over, it's safe to say that he's over 147. So any weight that he puts on right now is going to be, I mean, muscle, number one. And number two, he's going to actually put on weight because now it's a situation of he's going to be eating. He's going to be eating more. He's probably going to be eating, you know what I'm saying, probably 4 or 5 times a day. But he's also probably going to be having, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, 3 to 5 training sessions a day as well. So the weight that he puts on is going to be muscle. So then it's going to come into the effect of, like I said, conditioning and stamina. Dale says, it's that weight for me, bro. And like you said, the rehydration clause. Okay, I read that one. So theoretically, Conor Ben is not even, he's not going to have to rehydrate for this fight because he's moving up. So for me, man, like I said, I want to, and looking at Conor Ben's skill set, I do want to say, I mean, he do got a chance. Don't get me wrong, because of his skill set, he does have a chance. But for me, man, like I said, that weight is, I mean, that's what has me on the fence at saying that he's flat out going to beat Chris Eubank, because Chris Eubank has fought at 160 and 168. He's naturally big, you know what I mean? So him, you know what I mean? It's not going to be difficult for him to cut down to 160 and then probably rehydrate back up to, like I said, 165 or 167. Any way that you look at it, he's still going to be the bigger guy. He's still going to be the stronger guy. So now we're really going to see how much natural strength does Conor Ben have. We're going to see if he's naturally God gifted with strength and with power, because that's one of the things that Chris Eubank is going to do. He's going to use his size and his weight on Conor Ben. You look for Chris Eubank to pull a Tyson Fury, and once these guys get in the clinch, once these guys get close, look for him to be putting his weight on Conor Ben. especially once they get on the ropes. He's going to be putting his weight on Conor Ben. He's going to be pushing him around. You know what I mean? He's going to be putting all that pressure on his legs to try to tire Conor Ben out. And if Chris Eubank is successful in the early part of the rounds with that game plan, then the second half of the fight, if the fight goes past 6 rounds, then he's going to start turning that shit up. You know what I mean? He's going to start turning that shit up in spots. And once you get to the 10th round, the championship rounds, then he's really just going to, depending upon how he sees and sees Conor Benn as far as his breathing, his condition, see how quick he is, see how agile he still is going into the later rounds. If he loses a spring in his step as far as his movement and mobility, then look for Chris Eubank to put his foot on the gas, use his size, use his naturally, you know what I mean? He's naturally the stronger guy. Then he's going to start to impose his will in the later fights and in the championship rounds of the fight. And then the 12th round, man, I can just see Chris Eubank going all the fuck out. You know what I mean? He's going to be smart as far as them closing distance. And then once he gets his distance, once he gets his range, like, I mean, I'm telling you, like the combinations that Chris Eubank throws, man. I mean, he's a busy puncher. He had each shot. He has power on each shot, and he throws with conviction. He doesn't just throw to, you know what I'm saying, flutter his opponent. You know what I mean? No, to give his opponent different looks, to get him to shell up. No, Chris Eubank, when he throws his shots to hurt you. And Conor Benn, his past few opponents, they weren't that busy. They weren't throwing it. They wasn't throwing their hands like that, especially the hurt Conor Benn. Dale says, I'm watching this Spence on Porter fight again. I'm telling you. Hold on, I'm gonna finish reading your comment before I make my comment. And how do you think it would have played out if Bud fought this version of Porter? Well, first I'm gonna say this, because you said you watching the fight. You watching you was watching the Spence versus Porter fight. Now, once you get to the end of the fight, watch Errol Spence's face. I tell people all the time, and I think I told y'all in the chat on one of these lives. You look at Errol Spence's face, and Errol, he didn't know if he won that fight when he fought Sean Porter. You saw doubt. For the first time, you seen doubt. I mean, real doubt in Errol Spence's face. He did not know if he was going to get his hand raised. You saw doubt because Sean Porter, he had and put gloves on Errol Spence. If he did not get caught with that shot, and Sean Porter only got caught with that shot because his ass, he lunged the fuck in. You know what I mean? Bouncing the fuck around. That's how Marquez got Manny Pacquiao. Sometimes when you got a mover, a busy mover like that, that is how you catch their ass. You allow their movement to work against them, but you have to be good at your angles and your distance. And that's what motherfucking Errol was. You know what I'm saying? He already had the distance. Sean Porter tried to close the distance, but he led with his head instead of coming in, at least coming in at in a high guard, not even mid guard. He led with his head, and Errol just took a step, boop, caught him with the hook, caught him right on the chin. You know what I mean? Caught him right on the chin. But you have to give credit to Sean Porter because he was in great shape for that fight. He didn't get he didn't get put on his ass. You know what I mean? His glove just touched the mat. So we all know that's a knockdown. And played out if Bud fought this version of Porter. So what you saying? The version of Sean Porter that Terence Crawford fought, you saying that version was a lesser version than the Porter that fought Spence? Is that what you saying? Because then, because Sean Porter is, especially at that level, Sean Porter, especially, Kenny Porter, his old man ain't playing that shit. His old man not, he ain't gonna be no half stepping in camp. They're going to make sure that they are the best version of themselves going into a fight, especially going into a fight at that magnitude, of that level. They train their ass off for Errol Spence. Now you fighting, Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I mean? You got to be on your motherfucking game. You know what I mean? It's just, in my opinion, Errol, I mean, yeah, no, Bud, he just made, and he did different things to inhibit Sean Porter's, you know what I'm saying, his ability and the things that he does in the fight. Sean Porter couldn't do the same shit to Terence Crawford that he did to Errol Spence. He just couldn't do the same thing. So if Sean Porter looked different to you in that fight opposed to how he looked for Errol Spence, it's not because Sean Porter was lacking. It's because Terence Bud Crawford, his style and his ability and his capabilities really inhibited what Sean Porter was able to do against him. Terence Crawford is a great mover. He's more athletic than Errol Spence. And for Terence Crawford to come up, Errol Spence talking about Bud is light in the ass. Come on, man. Terence Crawford is a full-fledged welterweight. He done grew into the weight. You know what I'm saying? He done grew into the weight. He has power, has speed, had great movement, has great durability, stamina, but he is chinny. But you got to hit a motherfucker in order to hurt him. And Sean Porter, he wasn't able to get those same shots on Terence Bud Crawford than he did to Errol Spence. So that just shows you defensively and athletically, Terence Bud Crawford did things that Errol Spence wasn't able to do against Sean Porter. So, I mean, Terence Bud Crawford, you would have to say he fought the better, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He fought the better fight. First, Dell says yes. Then that's why they threw, you know what I mean, the towel in, bro. They said that camp wasn't right. And the reason why the camp wasn't motherfucking right is because they knew, this is my opinion, the reason why they threw in the towel, Kenny Porter threw in the towel because number one, he didn't want Sean to get fucking hurt because he already, you know what I'm saying, got knocked down and was getting caught with shots. But he didn't want Sean to get hurt. He didn't want Sean to get knocked out. You know what I mean? Because like I said, man, you know what I mean, the damage that he took, this is Sean Porter, he took from Errol Spence in that fight. You don't want to have your fighter, let alone your son, getting knocked out and taking serious shots like that in back-to-back fights. You know what I'm saying? Like Sean Porter, he did take, even though he laid some shit on Errol Spence, he also took some shots from Errol Spence. And when he faced Terence Crawford, he was also taking some damage from Terence Crawford. So you don't want your fighter, and as I said, you don't want your son in back-to-back fights to be getting the shit beat out of him. You know what I mean? This dude is a family man. He has kids. You know what I mean? More importantly, he has a podcast. He also commentates. So his cognitive abilities have to remain intact. And look at how many veterans do we see when these guys are interviewed, commentated about or whatever, and you see him at events and people, you know what I mean? People have interviews with him and then you hear them speak. And then you can hear it in their speech. Their speech is slurred. You know what I mean? You see, I mean, even Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? You look at Mayweather pop, you know what I mean? Like now you're starting to see his cognitive abilities start to slow down. You know what I mean? Shout out and rest in peace to Roger Mayweather. You know what I mean? You seeing, you know what I mean? Like it started to happen to him, man. Like that shit is real. When you take damage in the sport of boxing, like that type of damage, you may not see it right away. And unfortunately, sometimes fighters do see it right away. Sometimes fighters do lose their life right away. It's not a prolonged situation. You look at Sugar Shane Mosley, you know what I mean? Like even Sugar Shane he doesn't speak as eloquently and as sharply as he did at one time. And that comes from taking all those fucking shots in boxing. That's why some of these dudes be trying to water down Canelo, their competition. You know what I mean? But end of the day, that's your job. You are in a dangerous sport. The sport of boxing is unforgiving. Protect yourself at all times because the shot that you don't see is the shot that will hurt you. Is the shot that will knock you out. So that is why Kenny Porter threw it in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Terence Bud Crawford has that ability in order to move. He has that ability to set certain shit up that Sean Porter may not be able to see, or he can use his ability against him. James Toney is another one, man. And James Toney was a phenomenal fighter. You know what I mean, from the start to the finish as he went up, you know what I mean? But I mean, guys back then, and James Toney was nice. James Toney was nice defensively. So some of these guys, man, you know what I mean? Even you look at fucking you know what I'm saying, Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys were, even in their time and even in their primes, they were nice, especially but it's just that boxing was a more, I mean, brutal fucking sport. You know what I mean? Like, slickness wasn't something, even though defense was something that was taught, was practiced, was worked on. Like, guys being, that's having that slickness as far as their element, that shit really wasn't a staple amongst fighters. So when you have fighters like, you know what I mean, like Sweet Pea, like when these guys come around and they started, you know what I mean, slipping everything in the fucking world, like that really changed the landscape of how people saw and viewed fighters. That's why these guys like Floyd Mayweather, like, that's why he picked up elements from their style, because not only for the defensive capability and prowess, but at the same time, because it prolongs your longevity in the sport and it protects your mind. Shout out to Angel Johnson. Angel Johnson says, who was more beautiful, Ashanti or Alicia Keys? Hard choice. Like, you're the second person to ask that fucking question. You know what I mean? I think the first, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we got some. Hoping we got no ops in the chat. You know what I mean? But somebody else that asked that question. Her name is Gladys something. You know what I mean? She asked the same question: who was more beautiful, Ashanti or Alicia Keys? And I don't think it's a coincidence that somebody else asked that fucking question. But I'm gonna answer it just like I answered it the first time. I picked Alicia Keys. Ashanti is nice. And Ashanti is in the shout out to Nori, and shout out to Drink Champs. I don't know if y'all fuck with Nori or even know who Nori is. I don't even know if y'all know what Drink Champs is, but it's a fucking excellent podcast. You know what I mean, on Revolt. That's P. Diddy platform on YouTube. Drink Champs comes on that platform. Irv Gotti and Ja Rule was just on Drink Champs, and Irv Gotti, he made a comment basically saying that because he was fucking with Ashanti, and he said that he found out that Ashanti was fucking cheating on him when he was with his wife. You know what I mean? How fucked up is that? And then come to find out, you heard TMZ interviewed Judge Mathis and shit. It was like Ashanti should bring charges against Irv Gotti for what he said. But why you gonna say some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Because if she was the one that was fucking this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, she knew what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? And she knew that she was also committing adultery by fucking with a married man. So the fact that Irv Gotti came out and said that shit now, like, you can't fucking say shit about Irv. Yeah, it may be fucked up. It's not a classy fucking move. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man, this is fucking Drink Champs, man. These niggas be smoking weed, they be drinking and shit, and niggas start opening up the fucking closet, letting all them skeletons fall the fuck out. So he says some shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I banged this bitch, you know, oh, no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But I fucked her, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I found out that she was fucking Nelly and shit when I was fucking with my wife. Hey, let the cat out the bag. So the fuck what? I truthfully don't give a fuck. I mean, but back then Ashanti was bad as shit, and let's just keep it 100. I mean, her voice ain't necessarily wouldn't got her in the fucking door. It was her fucking looks. You know what I'm saying? That's why Irv Gotti was fucking banging her back then. You know what I'm saying? Because her looks is what kept her active in Murder fucking Inc. It wasn't fucking it wasn't her voice talent. You know what I'm saying? You look at like Jay-Z had to get rid of that chick that was riding with Rockefeller back in the day. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I think her name was Emil. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you really don't have talent, and you really in this shit and connected to the team, connected to the game, and in the game because of your looks. I mean, that shit is only go last, but You know what I mean? But so far, you look at a lot of them bitches now, you know what I'm saying? In the music business and shit. A lot of these fucking hoes, bro, like these bitches ain't talented, but you pour that fucking makeup and shit on, you know what I'm saying? You put some titties on them, you put some, you know what I mean, put some plastic in they fucking ass and shit, you know what I'm saying? And give them a $200, you know what I'm saying, wig or weave and shit. And these bitches be looking like fucking stunners. That's all that is, man. Like they be marketing these broads and shit, you know what I mean? So they can get what they can get out of them and shit. And then after that, come on, man. They, you know what I mean? They get rid of these bitches, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have the Nicki Minaj's and what's the shit, man? The dude from Migos. What's his wife name? Damn, I can't. She used to be a dancer and shit. I can't believe I forgot her fucking name and shit. You know what I'm saying? But besides Nicki, I mean, she probably like, you know what I mean, as far as the rap chicks, you know what I'm saying? They at the top of the game. So a lot of these other chicks, you know what I'm saying, like they be bringing out, they really just be bringing these chicks out and just to tap into that market, because right now, yeah, Cardi B, bet that up, Angel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Cardi, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I heard some of Cardi's shit. You know what I mean? Like Cardi B got some fucking skills. You know what I'm saying? Like Cardi B got some skills. And Nicki Minaj got some skills too. But see, Nicki Minaj gotta slow down, because Nicki Minaj, like she on that fucking Little Kim fucking path. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at Nicki Minaj when she came into the game, I remember the first picture that I seen of Nicki Minaj, dog. They was in New York, and they had Nicki Minaj and shit when she was in a fucking diner, and she had a plate of pancakes in her fucking hand, and she was a little slim John too. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't thick. She was a nice little slim John. You know what I mean? Titties wasn't big, all like that. You know what I mean? Ass wasn't big, all like that. But she still had that pretty face. And you know what I'm saying? She was slim. She wasn't thick. You know what I'm saying? But she still looked good. But then once she got on, then she became a fucking transformer. You know what I'm saying? Then the wig, you said the wigs, then the weaves, you know what I'm saying? Then the titties change and shit, then the ass change, and then all types of shit change. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Like you can store your vegetables in these bitches' asses and shit. The amount of plastic they got that motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? But like I said, man, you know what I mean? She need to chill. Cause you look at Lil Kim now, cause Lil Kim looked like fucking trash, dog. Lil Kim was bad as shit back in the day, dog. If you go back and you right now, if y'all niggas go back and y'all Google the Lil Kim hardcore album, the one where she squatting down and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that for that one picture alone made niggas go out and buy her fucking tape. This one, motherfuckers was buying tapes and CDs and shit. You know what I'm saying? While motherfuckers, you know what I mean? If you ain't want to if you ain't have a CD player in your car, niggas was copying that tape. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was going out and buying that tape just because of that motherfucking picture and shit. You go in niggas' rooms and shit, and they got that picture, you know what I'm saying, glued to the back of the door or glued up on a wall and shit. When Lil Kim, you know what I'm saying, took that picture and shit when she was squatting and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that pussy jumping out at you like a fucking scary movie. I'm telling you, that Lil Kim, and you look at Lil Kim now and shit, and it's like, what the fuck did you do? You know what I'm saying? It looked like a totally different broad, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Kim fucked herself up with that plastic surgery shit, man. It's like people, I mean, ain't happy, you know what I mean, with who they are. And once you start fucking with Hollywood and you start getting into, you know what I mean, you start making money. That's why they said, that's why Dave Chappelle, like they got on Dave Chappelle. Hold on. Postman was like, Lil Kim body look like SpongeBob now. You know what I mean? All fucking that all squarey as shit. You know what I mean? Mary J is more beautiful than Alicia, right? You fucking tripping. But you know what? They said, I forgot who was it. They just said Mary J. Blige was just with somebody and shit. You know what I mean? And that shit was just on the gram. And they showed like Mary J was with somebody and shit, and she had a thong, she had like the bikini on and shit like that, you know what I mean? She looked, and she looked good as a motherfucker, man. Dell was like, yes, she did. Now she looked like, you know what I mean, a leprechaun from that movie. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, you know what I mean? Yo, the leprechaun, yo, that movie, that little nigga looked fucked up too. Postman was like, I remember that picture / poster back in the day, laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, so Postman know what the fuck I'm talking about, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that poster, dog. Cause I mean, I could picture that bitch as clear as fucking day. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, like, that's how bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like when Biggie was fucking her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when they was like, yeah, I mean, Biggie fucking that broad and all that, you know what I'm saying? But come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Big ain't writing that bitch shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Big was tapping that ass and shit. And Faith Evans, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know the game. You know the business and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shh. Let me do what I do. I'll come home to you. But when I go to the studio, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I may have meant to knock it down a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But Lil Kim, like I said, she was that. I mean, just like you said, hello, buck teeth and all that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Lil Kim, she was like the baddest fucking you know what I'm saying, like hood bitch, because like you said, like Mary J. Blige and them, like they was doing their thing. But like when Lil Kim hit the fucking screen, when she hit the scene and shit, dog, she took that bitch over by storm. And then when she dropped that fucking picture, dog, like that shit was over. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, and between that picture and them working that angle, as far as you know what I mean, like that's when sex really started to come from the rap game as far as women. Lil Kim is the one that started that shit, you know what I mean, as far as women being like really sexual and shit like that in the game. Because before that, it was a talent thing, because the women in the rap game had to compete with the fucking men. So lyrically, like these motherfucking broads was like you said, your Queen Latifah's, your MC Light. You know what I'm saying? Like these chicks was lyrically on fucking point. You know what I mean? Shout out to Philly, Bahamadia. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to lyrically be good. I mean, it wasn't about, you know what I mean, showing titties and ass and all that shit. It was just about lyricism. You had to be able to lyrically compete with these fucking dudes and shit. You know what I mean? That was also big in the game and shit. But Alicia Keys, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, I take Alicia Keys all day. Just like I said that shit to the lady, to Gladys. Like I said, I done had enough Ashantis in my life, dog. But I only had a few Alicia Keys, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm looking for now. I wanna fucking Alicia Keys. Bad as shit, talented, smart, but grounded. You know what I'm saying? You look at Alicia Keys nowadays, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking Swiss Beats. This motherfucker lucky as shit, dog. If you ever fuck that up, I'm fucking you up. You know what I'm saying? Like Alicia Keys, like she is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And she thick as shit nowadays too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty ass fucking feet. You know what I'm saying? Pretty as shit. Even she ain't got the braids no more. She pretty as shit. Everything natural too. You look at Alicia Keys with no fucking makeup. A straight dub. You know what I'm saying? She bad as shit and talented, smart, gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Soulful, down. You know what I mean? Loving. Like this, she is the ultimate fucking queen as far as wifey. She's 100% wifey material. Ashanti is still bad and all that, but she just ain't on that. Like that's my queen, like that wifey type shit. You know what I'm saying? Jill Scott. Oh, look at Dale, nigga. Jill, you talking about Jill Scott? That's Philly right there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Jill Scott, her thick, pretty, beautiful, highly talented ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? That could sing. You know, I got fucking Jill. I still got Jill Scott album, nigga. When I was in fucking when I was in the army and shit, when I was in boot camp, that's when I got put on, and that's when I found out about Jill Scott and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was in fucking Mississippi and shit, banging Jill Scott, nigga. And that CD I still got to this fucking day. You know what I'm saying? I still got to this motherfucking day. So that CD is over 20 years old, and I still got her first fucking album, dog. Jill Scott is the business. You know what I'm saying? One of the queens coming out of Philly. You know what I'm saying? Talented like a like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And she doing her acting thing now. You know what I mean? So shout out to Jill Scott. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Neo Soul. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to the movement. Shout out to the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to say, like, Philly is the shit, dog. Music, sports, entertainment, like music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Philly don't raise no scrubs, man. Boxing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of talent pours out of the city, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to. The shit, Philly dangerous as shit, cuz you got to do something in order to make it out that motherfucker. Sierra too. Hell yeah, Sierra bad as shit, dog. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson, that motherfucker. Lucky as a motherfucker, dog. And guess what? The funny shit about Sierra, dog. Like, you remember back in the day when these dumbass niggas and shit was talking about Sierra was a fucking man. You know what I'm saying? I always be like, what the, like, how do you think this motherfucking broad is a fucking man? You know what I'm saying? People was talking about like she had a fucking Adam's apple and all this kind of bull, funny ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like hating ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? When you a fucking man and you hating on a fucking female, you a bitch. And when you a fucking female, and you hating on a fucking man, you just a dumb broad. You dig what I'm saying? Either it's because you hating on a nigga because he don't like you, or if you the male, you just hating on a motherfucking broad because it's a type of chick that you'll never be able to get. That shit, either way, is just some silly ass shit. How you gonna say Sierra is a fucking man? She was bad as shit back then. I just got finished. Matter of fact, I did a short. When her and Russell Wilson got invited to the White House and shit, and they had the kids out there and shit, dog. They out there throwing the football on a fucking White House lawn and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Sierra there again. She's wifey material. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't carry herself like that in music. She ain't put herself out there like that. Sierra was talented. You know what I'm saying? A great dancer and shit. You know what I'm saying? For anything, you might even thought like she had like that tomboy shit going on. But trust me, she 100%. You know what I'm saying? Woman, because Russell done had like what 3 kids with her now and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Sierra, she bad too. But she definitely mommy the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? She's far from I guess like how she was in the younger days dancing and shit like that. She is 100% mommy the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but shout out to her though, man. Absolute queen. You know what I mean? She's raising her family the right way. You know what I mean? Shout out to her, man. You know what I'm saying? Blessings on her. Russell, he over there with the fucking Broncos now and shit, you know what I mean? But God bless him, you know what I mean? And they family, man, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Sierra, she is cool. Sierra, she's nice. She's definitely she's definitely nice. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the chicks in the game nowadays, dog, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot different from how them chicks is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, back in the day and shit. But a couple of these Jones though, they is bad though. You know what I'm saying? I like the little chick Corey LeRae. She bad as shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple little bad Jones. They may not be as far as raw talent, but as far as looks, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, couple of these chicks are bad as shit. Couple of them chicks is bad as shit, man. That's out there in the game. You know what I'm saying? But man, talking about females and shit, you know what I mean? Like like my bad. Even in the sport of boxing, man, you got a couple of baddies in the sport of boxing, man. Sinisa Estrada and Michaela Mayer is probably Amanda Serrano. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the three. As far as like female boxers and shit, like that's the bad. Like, they the baddest. They the baddest. In my opinion, they the best looking female fighters in the game. And Sinisa, she number one. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely number one. That little, she just got finished taking a you know what I mean, picture with she was side to side with Holly fucking Berry of all people. And you already know how Holly Berry, you know what I'm saying? Holly Berry is legendary. She legendarily gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? And she was side to side with Sinisa Estrada. I was like, damn, boy, you got the back in the day beauty, you know what I'm saying, with the current beauty and shit, you know what I'm saying? But she can kick your ass and shit, you know what I mean? And they can all box. They look good as shit, and they can all fight. You know what I'm saying? Sinisa, she can fight. Michaela Mayer, she can fight. And Amanda Serrano, she can fight. You know what I'm saying? Amanda Serrano, arguably, she should have won that fight against Katie Taylor. She should have won that motherfucking fight. She should have got that motherfucking nod. You know what I mean? But Katie Taylor, man, you know what I'm saying, who she is and all that. And then you got Amanda Serrano, you know what I mean? Her promoter is Jake Paul. So, you know what I mean? She kind of got snubbed and shit. But Amanda Serrano arguably should have won that fight against Kaylee Taylor. She put on a hell of a show, put on a hell of a fight. She should have got the nod, in my opinion. You know what I mean? That was a great fight. She put on a great performance. You know what I mean? She should have got the nod. But that's the three best looking females in boxing. Michaela Mayer, Sinisa Estrada, and Amanda Serrano. That's the three best looking females in boxing. And they can fight their ass off. So it's one thing to look good as shit, but when your ass can fucking fight, in my opinion, that's what seals the fucking deal. So we having a motherfucking date night and shit. I know if you my motherfucking girl and you walking on my arm and shit, you know what I'm saying? Your ass ain't motherfucking running. Your ass go kick them motherfucking shoes off. And just like I put my motherfucking hands up, you go put your motherfucking shit up. We gonna be some rumbling ass niggas out there on date night and shit. That's what type of motherfucking chick I'm talking about. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's cool, you know what I mean? If your chick can't, you know what I mean, fight, but I'm the type of king, man. I need a warrior queen beside me. You know what I'm saying? Because fuck all that talking, because talk is cheap. You got to be able to handle yourself. You know what I'm saying? With your hands. And I train when I taught all my girls how to shoot. If you couldn't fight, I taught you how to hold your hands, and I taught you to at least how to throw your motherfucking jab. And then if you go throw some wild shit after you know what I mean, after you work your jab. And I teach all my chicks, you know what I'm saying, how to fight and how to shoot. And I suggest all of y'all, man, if you got a girl in your life, you got a queen in your life, make sure that she know how to defend herself. You know what I'm saying? Because if God forbid, if something ever happened to you, those are the type of things that she's going to instill in your family and in your children. You know what I mean? That's a part of being a man. You have to go out there and provide for yourself. Fuck that. Even you got to learn how to cook. You got to go out there and hunt the prey. You got to go out there and kill the prey. And you got to be able to bring that motherfucker back, skin it, and put that bitch over the fire and cook that shit the fuck up and feed the fucking village. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be a warrior on top of that. That's a part of being a fucking king. You know what I mean? You can't just be a king or a monarch just by name. No, you got to be able to take care of your people and at the same time fight for your people. You know what I mean? So make sure you got a woman in your life, man. Make sure that she can fucking rumble in the motherfucking jungle, especially nowadays, cuz shit, man. Every day we have motherfucking war out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be saying in my videos, man, like I say, protect yourself at all times, guard up and mask up. Why? Because it's a war going on outside and ain't nobody safe from that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about Philly and shit, you know what I mean? Shout out again to Jill Scott. It's like me being from Philly originally, dog. Like I look at what's going on in Philly and shit, and every fucking day, multiple times a day, I'm looking at what's going on in the fucking city, dog. And people getting murdered, people getting bodied left and fucking right. I just seen some shit yesterday, and this shit was fucked up. Like the nigga left Philly because of the violence and shit, right? The nigga just went back. Well, fuck, no disrespect. I ain't gonna call him a nigga. You know what I'm saying? The brother just left Philly because of the violence. Then he went back to Philly for a funeral. The guy and the brother funeral that he went back to Philly for, word was and shit that he also left Philly because of the violence and shit. So he went back to Philly for his homie funeral, and then he wound up getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, how fucked up is that, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just went back. Not only you left the city because, you know what I'm saying, the fucking city is truly a jungle right now. You know what I'm saying? It was a jungle when I fucking left. You know what I mean? But this shit is really wild, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean? It ain't, and there's no holds bars, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like from kids to, I mean, it's a lot of chicks getting fucking bagged and shit now, you know what I mean? Like the city is on, you know what I'm saying, fire and shit, man. Like that's why, like, if I was, you know what I'm saying, if I was back in the city, man, like I would, that's one thing that I'll be doing. Like I'll be going around the gyms and shit like that, and like trying to partner up with these gyms, you know what I'm saying? Like try to make boxing more accessible and more available in the city. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them young niggas, man, you know what I mean? Like that's why they picking up, because they can't fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was coming up and shit, you know what I mean? Like the old heads, like they would not allow us to, number one, be around. Number two, they wouldn't allow or give us anything if we couldn't fucking fight. If you can't fight, you can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that you have to be able to do. That's your first line of defense, is your fucking hands. You know what I mean? That's what God gave you initially to defend yourself. I mean, your hands, your head, your heart, your feet. You know what I mean? Because what you can't do, or what you cannot think, you know, what you cannot feel, you got to deal with your hands. And if you can't deal with that motherfucking shit with your hands, that's why you get your legs to run your ass up out of there. But you running should be the last course of fucking action. You know what I mean? You always stand and you motherfucking fight. But motherfuckers can't fight, so they picking up guns and shit, you know what I mean? And they laying everybody the fuck down. So a lot of them scary ass niggas is doing that shit because they can't fucking fight. So I would get with the boxeadores, you know what I'm saying? Or I would go down to Schuler's, you know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up because I used to live around the corner from Johan's Boxings and shit, but they tore the gym down to you know what I mean, build like $400,000 row homes in North Philly and shit. So like get with a lot of the gyms and shit, man, and try to, you know what I'm saying, try to get more kids and more people, more niggas, period, involved in the streets. And even if you want to make this shit more communicable, you know what I'm saying, you could just make that shit like a fucking contest, like a gladiator sport. You know what I'm saying? Like utilize social media and technology in order to get that message across. Like if you got beef with somebody on the block, okay, let's box that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like they did with the bare knuckle shit. You know what I mean? Let's put that shit on fucking YouTube or whatever like that. Hey, then guess what? You can get a fucking check in your pocket. You know what I mean? If you ain't making no money, okay, you can make some money that way by motherfucking fighting and shit. That's one of the things that I said that I'm gonna do once I get back to the city, man. Like with my platform, like that's why I said, man, like we just getting started, man. I have so many big ideas and so many ideas what I want to do with the platform moving forward. And like I said, once I get back, man, like I really want to take shit to another level. And that's one of the things that I want to do. And hopefully we can take that idea and we can take that platform and maximize it and just open it up, you know what I'm saying, all throughout, you know what I mean, the country, and then initially, well, gradually, the world, man. Because boxing is a global sport, and boxing should be one of the top sports, if not the top sport. You know what I mean? So I want to start. That's how I want to contribute to the sport by putting boxing on a platform and giving fans and making boxing a situation where, as I said, that should be your first line of, you know what I'm saying, defense. Because like when I was coming up, like that's one of the things we had. I mean, you had to fight boxing, martial arts, something. Your ass gonna be doing something. You got to be doing something, because if you walking with your mom and shit, somebody talking slick, somebody talking dumb, you got to be able to step up and, you know what I'm saying, handle your motherfucking business and shit. That's what they told us and shit coming up. You know what I mean? So we had to make sure that we was motherfucking nice. So that's my, you know what I mean, that's my public service announcement and shit. My bad, Postman. Postman was like, Bumgardner, fine female boxer too. Dude. I just seen Bumgardner. That's who Michaela Mara supposed to be fighting and shit. But I will say this though, I didn't see Bumgardner outside of the ring. The shots that I seen from Bumgardner, she was like like she was fighting and shit, you know what I mean? So that means she had her hair all, you know what I mean, braided up and back and mouthpiece and shit, and she was banging it out and she was sweaty and shit. So I didn't see a still shot with her like outside of boxing, like when she got that shit on, or when she got her regular shit on and she's presented to the world. I ain't see her like that. So I don't know, you know what I mean? But I will take a look, you know what I mean, at her, you know what I mean, to see how, like I said, to see how she looked, to see if she makes it to that, you know what I mean, to that list. Because you know what I mean, boxing, I mean, as far as female boxers, just like the WNBA, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you got some of them chicks, man, who are fucking like damn, like you wouldn't think these chicks play ball. You know what I mean? They bad as shit. But then you got some of them chicks who look like, yeah, you can understand why they play ball. You know what I mean? Because they damn near look like men. No disrespect, but they do. They look fucking rough as shit. They already big than the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So then, on top of being big than a motherfucker, you look manly than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, it is what it is. But then you got some of them chicks, man, like they bad as shit, but they can ball. You know what I'm saying? Like the chick that Dwight Howard used to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? The WNBA chick that Dwight Howard used to fuck with. Like, she bad as shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, she played ball? You know what I'm saying? Like, she bad as shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit. You know what I mean? It don't matter. I mean, if you play sports, I don't knock that shit. But, you know what I'm saying? If you bad, yeah, I can fuck with you. But if you on that, you know what I mean? Postman, crack it up. You dig what I'm saying? You feel me, though. You know what I mean? But if you bad as shit, I can fuck with you. But you looking like Rambo and shit, you know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with you, baby. Much love. You know what I'm saying? I might even buy a ticket. You dig what I'm saying? But I can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look more of a fucking man, you know what I'm saying? More of a man than me. What the fuck? What kind of relationship is that? You know what I mean? That shit uncomfortable if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, man, shout out to the queens. You dig what I'm saying? It don't matter what your sport is, it don't matter what your avenue is, you know what I mean? Just shout out to all the queens, just in general. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't easy being a real one, a real woman, you know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of bitches out here just fucking it up for queens, you know what I'm saying? So for the women who are real queens, real women, real ladies, you know what I'm saying? Despite whatever, they still carry themselves and hold themselves in high regard. And they don't need us as men and us as queens to legitimize their stature and their position. And more importantly, their beauty, you know what I mean? Because they know who they are. Then I support and I love them type of women, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, those are true queens. So to them, you know what I'm saying? Like, hats off to them. You know what I mean? And hey, man, keep doing what y'all doing. And I also got some women who support the channel also, because I be looking at my demographics and excuse me, my analytics and shit. You know what I mean? And we got about, I think it's like 6 or 7% of my viewers and shit, you know what I mean, are women. So shout out, you know what I mean, shout out to the queens, man, you know what I mean? Like I said, I appreciate y'all, because any woman that fucks with, you know what I'm saying, the sport of boxing is you solid and you are okay with me. You know what I mean? So shout out to the queens, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to the queens. But that was a very interesting segue, man. You know what I'm saying? What else y'all got, man? Like I said, man, the chat is y'all, man. You know what I mean? We ain't always got to talk about what I say, man. Y'all can dictate and narrate how this fucking thing go, man. This is y'all world. You know what I mean? I'm living in it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else y'all want to talk about? We could talk about whatever. You know what I'm saying? Want to keep it boxing? We talk about boxing. You want to talk about? I just don't want. I mean, I probably say the only shit I probably would want to get into is politics and shit. Trump monkey ass and shit like that, you know what I mean? But outside of that, you know what I mean, we talk about anything in the motherfucking world, you know what I'm saying? But back, like I said, back on boxing, man, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, shout out to Clarissa Shields, shout out to the GWOAT, you know what I mean? Shout out to the GWOAT. She about, you know what I mean, she about to do her thing. It's cool just chopping it up, bro. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's what I said, man. That's why I said, man, Talk Nation, baby, we family. You dig what I'm saying? Like I said, it's good to just, you know what I mean, talk about the sport. But in general, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, we could talk about everything, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of community that we are building. You know what I mean? Because it ain't just me. Like I said, we. Like I said, Dell, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a couple, like I said, it's a couple of people on here, man, who been fucking with your boy, man, like since I started doing, you know what I mean, the streams and shit consistently, man, you know what I'm saying, who been holding that shit down with a brother, man. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, it's about y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you seen how like I try to switch it up. Like I just if I'm not getting better, then I'm not giving y'all 100%. I have to, even if, like I said, it's like little by little, and certain improvements and shit like that. You know what I mean? I just can't wait till I get to the point where I can get in a position that will more likely, or better yet, an environment where I can build my studio, and I can have my studio, you know what I'm saying, like I want it. But I will get there. And once I get there, I want y'all to be like, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, boy, I remember when sports and shit, you know what I'm saying, when we was just, you know what I mean, just chopping it up. It's like, now this nigga, he got the fucking studio and shit, you know what I mean, he got everything, you know what I mean, like lined up and shit like that. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna say that to say this. I also had put out a post, because I want to start getting y'all, or bringing y'all onto the show. You know what I mean? Like, invite y'all. Like, I had put out a post. Like, if you go to the page and then go to the community post, I had put out a post with a link to this particular episode. And if you click on the link, you know what I mean? I've never done that before, so I don't know if it will work. You know what I mean? Y'all can try that shit, but you can go to the page and click on the post, and it's a link to this particular episode, and you hit on the link, and then you can join, or you can try to join. Rome was built in a day, bro. It's coming, no doubt. See, I like this, my nigga right here, boy. I like how you think, my brother. You know what I mean? That's why I said, because you have to have the right people around you. If you can't have the right people around you, then you roll dolo. And I was always taught that coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, never be a leader, always be a follower. I mean, excuse me, never be a follower. Lord, forgive me. Never be a follower, always be a leader. If you cannot have the right people around you, then you have to be strong enough and wise enough to walk on your own. Going back to knowing how to defend yourself. Because when somebody generally walks by themselves, somebody think they can try you because you are by yourself. But then you'll realize when you get that ass fucked up that, damn, boy, this motherfucker ain't walking alone. You know what I'm saying? Just because nobody fucking him, he walking alone because that's all the fuck he needs is himself. That's the type of nigga I was built to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have your team got to be like you. You know what I mean? You can't be the only motherfucking killer on your team. You can't be the only capable person on your team. If I'm rolling with 10 motherfuckers, guess what? All them niggas is built just like me. You know what I'm saying? All of them are capable just like me. That's how we were brought up. That's how we was built. So that's why when we was on a block and shit like that, when you see fucking 10, 15 of us and shit, nigga, everybody is a fucking problem. Believe you me. You know what I mean? And that's the type of community that I'm talking about, man. Like, we don't all have to think the same, but it's good that we all have that same positive mindset. We want to uplift each other. You know what I'm saying? We want to be in a positive, you know what I'm saying, and intuitive, you know what I mean, space when we converse and shit, you know what I mean? Because a lot of us, man, like, we may be at work or we may be coming home from work, you know what I'm saying? So we just want to just chill, vibe, you know what I mean, talk about the sport of boxing or talk about whatever, you know what I'm saying, with a bunch of cool, you know what I mean, down to earth people and shit, and just vibe, dog. You know what I mean? Just vibe. That's the type of community that Talk Nation shall be. So everybody that's here, you're a part of Talk Nation. You're a part of the community. You're a part of the family. You dig what I'm saying? Fuck, no disrespect to nobody else's channel, because a lot of them dudes, a lot of channels, man, like, they be real arrogant and shit. Like, at one point, man, y'all started with nobody. And if you got 15, 20,000, even 100,000 subscribers, guess what? You still should be humble. That ain't shit. You look at fucking Mr. Beast. You know what I'm saying? You look at some of these dudes. These dudes got 100 and over 100 million subscribers, dog. 100 fucking million. Or you got some people that just have millions of subscribers or whatever. So even if you got 100,000, man, that still ain't shit. Be humble. Never disrespect nobody. You know what I'm saying? Always show love to every community. Even if it's somebody that got one subscriber and they new to the platform, or they new to our community and shit. You always show love and you always show respect to everybody, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of community that I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you got 2 subscribers, 3 subscribers, or whatever. I will never regard or hold myself above anybody, because I started out with none. And I had to build my platform to where it is now. And as Dell, you know what I'm saying, said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it's coming, and I'm still building. So that's why I have to just make sure that, number one, remain focused. More importantly, you remain patient, and you just keep on working on your craft, trying to get better at your craft and just get better, because you want to make sure that you're able to not only put out good content, but you want to show growth. And I wasn't used to, you know what I mean, being in front of a camera and shit, and doing live shows and shit like that, and conversating with people and shit like that. I ain't come from that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I come from and shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wary about fucking people putting cameras in your face and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of fucking rats out here. You know what I mean? So motherfuckers be trying to get your fucking picture or get footage so they can get that shit to the boys and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I had to give myself time to acclimate to being a fucking YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like that. And I'm still learning. I'm still acclimating. I'm still getting comfortable with being in that position and putting out content in this kind of format. That's why I'm not traditionally used to doing lives. I did like lives like here and there in spots and shit. But then it's like, okay, now, as I said, I'm at the point where we're trying to level up. So we're trying to do certain things. So now let me take my platform to a different level by doing lives. And I was never comfortable, doing that shit. But I said, you know what? I have to get over that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, like, motherfucker, a little bit nervous and all that kind of shit. But I said, you know what? Fuck it. I have to, you know what I mean? I got to put that anxiety to the side, because if I want to put the best product out there, you know what I'm saying, for my subscribers, for my community, then guess what? That's a part of that. And that's a part, and it helps not only us identify with each other, you know what I mean? But the good thing about doing live content is it ain't pre-recorded. It's right then and there. So people can bust it up with you. They can chop it up with you, and everything is organic. Everything is fucking natural. You know what I mean? And you have to, and that's how you build your community from an organic standpoint. And once I really got that shit, you know what I mean, and I understood it, I said, you know what, man, like all that anxiety and all that nervous shit, man, fuck all that. I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? And a king must be amongst his people. So I said, you know what, man? I said, I got to start fucking with the lives. And I started fucking with the lives. And ever since I started doing the lives and shit, man, like the numbers have gotten better and better and better. The responses have been better. As I stated, like last month was a very good month. YouTube sent me the fucking notification, like, you know what I'm saying? Like my views and everything was up over 120%. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a real good month. And this month right here was it's starting off very good as well, man. You know, and doing lives are a part of that. And that's why I be thanking y'all, man. That's why like Dell and a couple of people, man, like I had to wrench them up, because like when I first started doing lives, man, like they jumped on and they were supporting the brother, you know what I'm saying, from day one, like literally. So like my first live, when they quote unquote join the family, you know what I'm saying? So like Postman, a couple of other y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? Angel Johnson and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like subscribe, turn them notifications on, and hopefully y'all join the family, man. You know what I mean? Because the more I see y'all, the more that I see you guys, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Filling up the chat, busting it up, chopping it up, with each other, and also myself, putting ideas out there, being fruitful to the community. Then, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna throw y'all a wrench, man. Like a lot of these channels just be wrenching people up just so they can get them to you know what I mean, join the chat. Like, nah, man, I ain't doing that shit. Like, I want that shit to be organic. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes was coming to the chat, fucking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? So after like 3-4 lives in, you know what I mean, I see they keep coming back, supporting the content, joining the conversation, or they official. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to wrench them up. Now, because people like that I can fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So y'all keep coming back, fucking with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna throw y'all some wrenches. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got to ask me. All I got to do is just see the names, and I'm good at remembering shit. So trust me, I'll see y'all names and shit, and I'll remember how many times the shoe done came back and fuck with your boy. And so will my moderators. You know what I'm saying? Dell, Doughboy, and I got a couple other guys. You know what I'm saying? But Dell, he be at all. He been in every fucking live. You know what I'm saying? So they will also see who been repping. So when that time comes and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like if they say this person has been in the live, you know what I'm saying, like 3-4 times, man, wrench them up, then boom, you get wrenched up. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. But I mean, I appreciate y'all, man. Like this probably, as far as like us not only having, and I guess, a great conversation and shit, man. Like we talked about a lot of shit. Well, you talked about some avenues and shit and some things outside of boxing. And that was refreshing. And I like that. And hopefully we can continue to do that. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be about boxing. We could talk about whatever. If I know about it or whatever, and you bring it up, man, we can chop it up. We can talk about that shit. You know what I mean? Long as it ain't long as it ain't no bullshit, long as it ain't no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about whatever though. You know what I'm saying? But I try my best. Let's get to it, bro. You dig what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Cause this is about we go be one of the best. We will be one of the best channels, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when they get to the point where I can just like, especially start calling fights and going to fights, boy, it's really gonna be over. It's really gonna be the fuck over. Like once I can really start calling fights and going to fights and shit like that, dog, it's really gonna be the fuck over, man. I'm telling you, it's really gonna be the fuck over. But check it out, y'all. Like, who do y'all? Because now we're kind of been fucking with Chris Eubank and shit. Like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, who is Boots fucking fighting? Because Keith Thurman priced himself out, and they talking about Stanionis. They trying to get Stanionis to fight on a card or on a Spence Crawford card, but we still are in limbo with that fight. So it's like, okay, if Boots is trying to get the Stanionis fight, but they want Stanionis to possibly fight on that Spence and Crawford card. I mean, that Spence and Crawford card, and I don't know if that's an accurate date, but they're talking about November. So that could be a conflict. If Boots is trying to get a fight now, he's probably trying to fight maybe in, you know what I mean, September. You know what I'm saying? Well, who knows? Possibly, yeah, I'll probably say, let's just say September, because he's already in the gym working September, October. So if you're talking about waiting until November for Jaronbootsennis to get a fight, I mean, in my opinion, I mean, that's a long time. But if he can get that Stanionis fight, and that Stanionis fight is on a Spence Crawford undercard, hey, fuck it. If I was Boots, I mean, I'll say fuck it, and I will wait. He's already in the gym every day. Most certainly can't be too far off of weight. So I mean, just keep on. Doing what you're doing. And once you get the opportunity, once fight night comes, and thinking about it, you know what I mean, from a logistical standpoint, Stanionis is probably going to need that time to get fucking right, to face Jaronbootsennis, because that's probably going to be the biggest card that he's ever fought on. That's number one. And number two, that's going to be the toughest opponent that he has ever faced to date. And besides that being the toughest opponent, like I said, that's the biggest card that he ever, because they probably will be the co-main. Showtime going to feed Boots somebody. Like I said, he gotta stay active. That's my whole point. You know what I mean? Because they've been talking about trying to get Stanionis or Thurman for like 2 months now. They've been talking about this shit, like, I mean, from Boots' side, like they've been talking about this shit ever since he knocked out Custio Clayton and shit. And he was arguing with fucking Errol Spence and shit in the motherfucking in the crowd that night. So they've been talking about the whole Spence standing on this shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, way back then. And that was like the night of the fucking fight. So now you talking about he gotta wait until fucking November. So it's like, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's like I can't think of only person that I can think of in a welterweight division that they could possibly get to fight Boots, who may be ready, and I guess probably by like September or something like that, would be like I said, maybe Speedy, was it Speedy Rashidi Ellis, you know what I'm saying? Maybe him, or I'm telling you, man, Ugas, Dennis Ugas. I mean, Ugas is matter of fact, I just seen a post from Ugas, and Ugas was saying some shit like everybody talking about the welterweights, and everybody's talking about the top welterweights, but ain't nobody mentioning me. And I'm like, Ugas, my brother, you just don't know. I've been talking about your ass like for the past like 2-3 lives and shit, like wondering where the fuck is you at. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, and me seeing that post, it's like, okay, Ugas, he ready to motherfucking fight. So if Ugas is ready to fucking fight, shit, y'all need to get fuck Keith Thurman. Shit, that's a I mean, Ugas, even though Ugas got what 3 losses now, 4 losses, but it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 of them losses, Hall of Famers, Sean Porter, Errol Spence. So I tell people all the time, when you have losses to somebody of a Hall of Fame caliber or a top tier championship caliber, in my opinion, although you have a loss by this person, it does not negatively affect your place or your standing in the sport of boxing. If you lose to the best, just like when Canelo lost to Floyd, man, that shit ain't hurt fucking Canelo career. You lost to Floyd Mayweather, nigga. Dale said, okay, I have another question. What is Inoue going to do? He got to come over here and mix it up, bro. Yeah, they talking about Inoue is trying to fuck. Shout out to Philly. You know what I'm saying? Inoue and Stephen Fulton is trying to, you know what I mean, see what's going on. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I think Inoue may have to he got to come up. But that's the next fight they was talking about for Inoue. And Stephen Fulton, that's also the fight that he is trying to possibly make. I know after Inoue's fight and after Stephen Fulton just fought, they were talking about possibly trying to fight Inoue. And I had to take myself out of that shit because when you look at Inoue is one of the fighters that's on my list. You know what I mean? As far as, you know what I mean, as far as they a fucking problem, and he deserves to be there. I mean, when you look at skill set, Inoue, I mean, look what he did to Nonito Donaire, bro. When Inoue fucking stopped Nonito Donaire said he didn't even realize he got fucking hit. And when somebody hits you that fucking hard, you don't even remember you got fucking hit. You got power. You got a different kind of power. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that kind of shot that Luis Ortiz hit Prince Charles Martin with when they fought. When Luis Ortiz hit that motherfucker so hard, motherfucker Prince Charles Martin was looking in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like he was looking for the ice cream man and shit. You know what I mean? He didn't even realize and shit where the fuck he was at. That's how Nonito Donaire was fucking looking at shit when Inoue caught him. And Nonito Donaire, I'm telling you, he's like another one of those, like he's skillful. But he does a lot of subtle things in the ring, bro, that fucks people up. You know what I mean? Like his movements are like they're not all explosive. You know what I'm saying? Like he does a lot of subtle shit that allows him to change position. And he has excellent timing. He's excellent at range, and he's excellent at seeing certain shots. And when he caught Nonito Donaire, you know what I'm saying? It's like Nonito, he didn't even see it. You know what I'm saying? But he got caught. But Cool Boy Steph, a.k.a. Stephen Fulton, is highly skilled, highly talented, slick, can box, can bang. But if he fights in New Way, the monster in New Way, that will be the toughest fight of his career. That's number one. And number two, I honestly can't say that Cool Boy Steph is going to walk away with the victory in that fight. You know what I mean? That's why I said I gotta take that Philly shit out of it. You know what I mean? That's why I said, man, I fuck with everybody from Philly, man. I ride with my boys. You dig what I'm saying? If the props, I give them props where they got to give props. But I also have to look at it from an analytical standpoint. That's why I said, see, with me, I'm also a fan of the sport. I'm also a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of the of fighters. You know what I mean? In general, I love all my brothers. But at the same time, I have to be and speak from an analytical standpoint. That's why I say I made this shit up too. But I said that's why I have to give my analysis of certain fights and from certain viewpoints. Yes, I'm speaking from the viewpoint of a fan, but also from the viewpoint of an analyst. So my analysis of the situation between Inoue and Stephen Fulton is that I'm gonna just say only safe spot that I can say in regards to that fight is I'll say it's probably a 50-50 fight. But when you look at Inoue's ability and his power, that may give him the edge. So as talented as Stephen Fulton is, Inoue is also talented. And not only is Inoue talented, but he's incredibly disciplined. He's incredibly focused. And he has power. And he's a great finisher. So he has a lot that's going for him skill wise. So that will be a great matchup, but it is not a guaranteed matchup. And Stephen Fulton, he's talented enough that he can raise his skill level because Inoue is a threat. But Cool Boy, he also works out with Jaronbootsennis and company. He visits their gym frequently. So if he gets a fight with Inoue, you look for him to be over there fucking with Boots, training for that fight. He's going to have to be fucking with Boots if he faces Inoue. He's going to, especially defensively. Defensively, Cool Boy is going to have to step up because his vision is going to have to get better. His movement is going to have to get better. His timing is going to have to get better because those attributes that I just spoke of, Inoue is a master at them. He has great vision in the ring. He sees shots and he sees angles that his opponent doesn't see. That's how he be catching motherfuckers. And a prime example is when he just fucking finished and fucking retired Nonito Donaire. You know what I'm saying? And Nonito Donaire is a great, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Philippines. Shout out to Manny. And even though he just fucking lost, shout out to Maxio, you know what I mean? He still got a career. But you know what I mean, shout out to the Philippines. You know what I mean? He's a great ambassador for the sport, for his people, for his country. But safe to say, man, Inoue probably retired that man. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I think he did. I think Nonito, he hung it up after the after Nonito, not Nonito, Inoue finished him. You know what I mean? He was like, it ain't nothing I can do. Ain't nothing I can do. Come on, bro. He was 40 years old. Yeah, he was 40 years old, dog. But I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's like if you 40 years old in the sport of boxing and you don't drink and you don't smoke and you have a clean lifestyle, you're not the average 40-year-old, bro. Like when Manny Pacquiao fought Adrian Broner, you know what I'm saying? Like he was 40 years old. Like he's like, you're not the average, you know what I'm saying? Like Manny wasn't, and like physically, these guys are not like average 40-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? They may be more like okay, let's just say maybe 30, let's just say 35. You know what I mean? Physically, as far as their conditioning and shit like that. They may be somewhere along the lines of like a 35-year-old. You know what I mean? But if they have bad habits outside of the sport, yes, they may. And Nonito in that fight, he didn't look like he looked in his previous fights. You know what I mean? Like when he became a champion again, you know what I mean? Like he was a little bit, it looked like he was a little bit heavier when he fought. He didn't look as lean when he fought Inoue. So it could, I mean, Nonito could have just been, I mean, at that point where physically it was getting hard to, you know what I mean, go through training camps and just really put yourself and train at that high level. And if you face somebody like Inoue, bro, you are going to have to train. Sean Porter made a point about that. He was like, once you face certain fighters, you have to train at a certain level. So if you're somebody like, hold up, what did he say? He said, but the monster is a young bull. That's my point. So if you know Nito Daenerys and shit, you know what I mean, you facing fucking you know what I mean, a young bull, fuck that, a monster, and in New Way, guess what? You have to train like a fucking monster. And if physically you cannot put your body and push your body to that next level, then you may come in at a physical disadvantage. You may have the mental edge because you have that experience. But if you cannot bring your physical attributes up to match where you are at mentally, then you may have a lapse. Then your opponent, especially if they're a younger guy, as we said, a young bull, young monster, then okay, your experience may get you through 4 or 5 rounds, but after that, your opponent, which is younger, stronger, hungrier, more physically durable, and they possess intelligence, now they can start turning it up, and then they're going to wind up finishing the fight, you know what I'm saying, strong, and may catch you and push you and put you to the point where they put you in position to knock you out. And that's what happened to Inoue. But Inoue facing Cool Boy Steph is a different fucking animal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Inoue, if he fucks with Stephen Fulton, like that's going to be a tough fight for both of these guys. And like I said, if Cool Boy can step his game up, then I mean it's going to be a hell of a fight. And if he put himself in a position where he can defeat Inoue, then shit. That's, I mean, you talking about your stock going through the fucking roof, because Inoue is he's a deserving boogeyman. He is a deserving boogeyman. You know what I mean? So if Cool Boy can knock him out or knock him off or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that's that's a hell of a fucking accolade, bro. You know what I mean? Because number one, Cool Boy's already on a win streak, already became a unified champion. You know what I mean? So if he can fuck with Inoue and defeat Inoue, you know what I'm saying? Like you talking about, you know what I mean? Like motherfuckers are gonna start talking about you in our Hall of Fame if they not already. See, fights like that, defeating opponents like Inoue, you know what I mean? Especially if you are already at a stellar position in your career, which Cool Boy Steph is. Like I said, current unified champion at bleed 22, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you defeat Inoue, this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, and how old are you? Shit. They're gonna start talking about him in the fucking Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said, Dale said stock will go up like Andy when he beat Joshua. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But his stock will go up like Andy did when he beat Joshua. But you know what? When Andy Ruiz beat Joshua, like a lot of people didn't know who Andy Ruiz was. And although Andy Ruiz was just like shit, damn near coming out of a fucking fight, going into the Joshua fight, people still didn't know who Andy Ruiz Jr. was. But Cool Boy Steph, people know who the fuck Cool Boy Steph is. You know what I'm saying? They know who he is. He's not an enigma. You know what I mean? Like he's known. People know his talent. They know his skill set. They know what he's bringing to the table. So him stepping into the ring with Inoue, and then if he beats Inoue, dog. Like you said, not only is this stock going through the roof, bro, but this shit ain't gonna stink for quite some time. You know what I mean? Like, if him knocking off a new way will put him in a position where he'll be able to take a little break from boxing. When you beat an opponent like that, like that's the kind of situation where you are allotted a little bit of time to take. You could take, you know what I'm saying? You could probably take 5-6 months off. Go halfway across the world, put your feet up and chill. You know what I mean? Because you just accomplished some major shit. Even though I don't think he'll take that long out of the sport, but I'm just saying fighters have done that. You know what I mean? After especially them coming off of a win streak, and then they have a solid win, and they defeat a solid opponent, then you may see them take a little break, unless they have something, a chip on their shoulder, or they have something to prove, like a Canelo. You know what I mean? Because soon as Canelo lost to Bivol, you know what I'm saying, people was talking about what? The rematch. But then that rematch narrative, it quickly changed because motherfuckers like, hold up. You already underestimated Dmitrybivol. Slow down, Papa. This dude got your motherfucking number. If you face Dmitrybivol, he'll fuck around and beat you again. And I said that. And I'm not the only one that said that. The boxing world, and hey, put that shit in the chat if you guys felt as though Canelo would have lost in a rematch to Bivol, or if you think that he would have won. I say he would have lost. Because now, first of all, Bivol, he didn't fear Canelo. That's an edge right there. And Bivol has enough power that he was able to keep and make Canelo respect his position and be, you know what I mean, respect, you know what I mean, not just coming up in there and try to pick Bivol apart and break him down like he did with the rest of his fucking opponents. So now, and he did catch Bivol, so Bivol had a chance to taste your power. He knows what you bringing. So now even though I don't think that he will fight the same fight, but if he had confidence going into the first fight, he's going to have even more confidence going into the second fight. Now he's just going to add a couple of more tools to his arsenal. And now he's possibly either going to beat you again via decision, or I even give Bivol the credit, looking at what he did in the first fight, I give him the credit of possibly saying that he could possibly hurt or possibly stop Canelo. I mean, anybody can be knocked out, you get caught with the right shot. But I mean, he can definitely possibly, you know what I'm saying, hurt him, because he caught him with some shit in the first fight. You know what I mean? He had Canelo fucked up. So now you see Canelo, he ain't fucking with that rematch shit. And they changed gears, and guess what? They start talking about you know what I mean? That's when Triple G, he pulled Triple G out the fucking closet. And then they try to push that narrative with Canelo, because he started talking all reckless and shit to Triple G. Like, come on, man, Bivol just beat you. And Triple G says some real shit, man. I still got the post. He said, if you were so upset with me, he said, why you wait so long to fucking fight me? You know what I mean? Like, why you wait so long? I mean, I look at that fucking post and I say, that's some real shit. Because if you so fucking mad, if you talking all this shit, I ain't got no balls and all this kind of shit, motherfucker, why you wait 2-3 years to fucking fight me? Why ain't you get on the phone? If you know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all motherfuckers got my number. Shit, we done fought 2 times before. You know what I'm saying? So if Canelo really didn't want, if he really wanted to fight Triple G, he could have did that shit years ago. But Triple G has Canelo's number. He's one of those guys like Marquez was to Pacquiao. Stylistically, whatever his style and how he fights, he can fuck with you. So it's not a guaranteed win if you fucking fight me. So he tried to age Triple G out. And Triple G coming into this fight, yes, he's older, but his last fight was with the younger Murata, and he went to Japan and fucked him up. So Triple G ain't super fucking rusty. You know what I mean? He ain't got a whole lot of ring rust on him. Yes, he is older, but he just fought at a high level. So a good solid training camp. And I think Triple G has a fighting chance to defeat Canelo, despite his current fucking age. You know what I mean? Despite his current fucking age. And if Triple G beats Canelo, I mean, Canelo's will be in trouble. Not only Canelo is going to be in trouble, but Eddie Reynoso is going to be in trouble because now you got back losses. You know what I mean? So now people will be looking at Eddie Reynoso funny, like, oh man, I mean, what happened, Eddie? You know what I mean? You done went from being consecutive trainers of the you know what I mean, of the year to losing consecutive major fights. You know what I mean? Between Oscar Valdez and Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? You see Andy Ruiz, he already left. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, Ryan Garcia, I mean, they also fucking left. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, who else you got, player? So Canelo versus Triple G is not only an interesting fight, man, but that's a fight, in my opinion, that Canelo can lose. If Canelo loses to Triple G, that fucks his stock up. That fucks his stock up. That fucks his stock up. Because people already regard a Triple G as possibly, some people say that Triple G won both of those fights. Some say he won one, some say he won two. This third fight is to find out who's really the best. And if Triple G wins this fight, he's the better fighter between the two. And if he beats Canelo Alvarez, I mean, that's a huge upset because people, especially in this third fight with Triple G being older, I mean, some people say, and Vegas probably have Canelo as the favorite. But I look at the big picture. And I look at what he has done as far as the activity that he has brought in the first two fights. You look at what Triple G has done in his last fight and the condition physically that he is in. And yes, he is older. Got to make sure that I keep reiterating the fact that, yes, I acknowledge that he is older. But at the same time, he's older, but he is still capable. He is still a capable fighter. I'm telling you, man, like just because some of these motherfuckers are older don't mean that they done. Yeah, they may not have, you know what I'm saying, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights left in them, but they can put enough shit together. And if they want to go out on this last fucking fight, then I believe they're going to give somebody a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Just like Nonito Donaire, you know what I mean, with the new way, but he couldn't muster that shit up. But you know what I'm saying, Manny Pacquiao, when he fought Ugas, yes, he lost to Ugas, but Manny still put fucking Ugas in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? You saw Ugas' face after that fucking fight. He fucked Ugas up. You know what I mean? So it's like Triple G, he I mean, like I said, man, he can give Canelo some problems, man, in this fight. He can give Canelo some problems. So I'm really not putting this fight past Triple G. I can't sit up there and say that, you know what, it's automatic that Canelo is going to knock Triple G out, even though that's what he's going for. He put it out there in the boxing verse that he wants to knock Triple G out for all types of reasons. But just because you want to knock somebody out don't mean that shit is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else y'all got, man? What's it? No, I don't want to do that. Who you talking about? Oh, this shit ain't like YouTube. Like you can't make people moderators on this shit. Okay, I had to figure that shit out. But yeah. But yeah, what else what else y'all got, bro? We're about to wrap this thing up. What else y'all got? We could either wrap it up or, like I said, man, we can push it for another you know what I'm saying? We can push it for another, you know what I'm saying, another 20 minutes. Fuck it. Or we can wrap it up. And you know what I'm saying, I'll be going live again, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow. Matter of fact, what if I go live tomorrow, what fights, it can be one fight in general or it can be two fights. But what fight or what fights do y'all want to talk about next? What fights do y'all want to talk about? Not me. What we got? Dale said if Broner win this next fight, where does that put him? I mean, if Broner wins this next fight, where does that put him? I say if Broner wins his next fight with Omar Figueroa, that simply puts Adrian Broner back in the mix. Because like I said, I mean, 140 has some dogs at 140. And to put it quite frank, Adrian Broner says that he wants to be a champion again. So pretty much Adrian Broner's present, not only at 140, but his presence in general right now in the state of boxing is because Adrian Broner wants to be a champion. And the only way that Adrian Broner will get a shot at becoming a champion at 140, because he said he's not going to 147, he ain't jumping to 154. No, he wants to do his damage and he wants to go out and become a champion or whatever at 140. So him defeating Omar Figueroa would simply put Adrian Broner back in the mix. This is his comeback fight. This is to see if he is still legitimately a threat, not only at 140, but in the sport of boxing. Because despite whatever, Adrian Broner is potentially a future Hall of Famer, but he still wants to go out like he wants to go out. He doesn't want to go out the way that people want him to go out, because people look at Adrian Broner like pretty much at this point of his career like he's a fuck up, like he fucked up so many opportunities with his outlandish behavior outside of the ring, from getting locked up, you know what I'm saying, to cussing out Al Heyman, to cussing out fucking Floyd Mayweather, just whatever. A lot of people see him as a wreck, you know what I mean? He's washed up, he's burnt out, he ain't got nothing left. He had his time. His time is over. That's how people look at Adrian Broner. But Adrian Broner does not look at Adrian Broner in that way. The way that we look at Adrian Broner and what we say about Adrian Broner, that's not how he views himself. And I have to honestly say, as a man, that is the only fucking thing that's important. It don't mean shit with nobody else, even if we are his fans, his supporters, or the media or whatever. It does not matter what we say. It does not matter how we view him and how we view his career and think his career should end. It does not matter. How does Adrian Broner see and view himself? And how does Adrian Broner see his career ending? And the way that Adrian Broner sees himself and the way that Adrian Broner sees his career ending is him being a world champion. And the question is, can he become a world champion? I did a poll about this. Majority of the people said no. But although the majority of people said no, a decent amount of people said and gave Adrian Broner a shot at becoming a world champion again. So does Adrian Broner have enough? Can he dig deep enough to become a world champion again? That's the question. If he lets his fucking hands go, he has the talent within himself, in my opinion, to give anybody a problem. But the tale of the tape for Adrian Broner has been he just doesn't throw enough punches. And you cannot win a fight on a championship level if you do not throw punches. You got out punched. You got out jabbed by Manny Pacquiao, which was the older competitor. So if you're getting out jabbed and out punched by an older guy, what's going to happen when you fight a younger champion, when you're trying to take their fucking belt? So Adrian Broner is going to have to change his skill set. He's going to have to get over that mental hump, because that's what it is. He ain't been right since he fought Maidana and got knocked down multiple times and hurt by Maidana. He ain't been right. He ain't been the same. He's been gun shy ever since that fight. But he has to get over that. He has to chisel that shit off his fucking soul. You know what I mean? He has to get that shit out of his head, out of his heart. Get rid of it. Bury that shit. Because Adrian Broner, skill-wise, he has the ability. But I believe that he's holding on to the weight of that first loss. of that first loss, not the loss to Mikey Garcia, not the loss to Manny Pacquiao, not the loss to I forgot um um damn, forgot the other name, man. But that first loss from Maidana is the one that fucked Adrian Broner up. And he has to bury that. He has to put that out of his mind because that is what's holding Adrian Broner back. If he puts that to bed, Adrian Broner, he'll be all right. And who knows, Omar Figueroa, that could be the fight that maybe wakes him up. But according to current reports, they said that Adrian Broner has blew back up in weight. I don't know how accurate that is. Like I said, current reports. I haven't done my research yet. So if I ain't did my research, fuck what I seen. If I haven't done my research yet, I don't hang my hat on it. You know what I mean? I only hang my hat on shit that I actually physically and went out and researched myself, not just off of what I heard. I don't operate like that because people will always tell you what they want you to believe. You know what I mean? And often when people set out to do shit like that, generally it ain't the fucking truth. So once I do my own research, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, all you gotta do is just go to their social media. Go to, and you know, AB is the type of nigga who posts, whether it's Twitter or especially on a gram, AB posts. Yeah, he puffy, bro. See? You know what I'm saying? So we, you know what I mean, we done seen the same shit. And like I said, all you gotta do is go to which I haven't went to yet. You go to AB IG. AB always going fucking live. And if I see that motherfucker face and that motherfucker face looking around and shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, then you know what? I know that you know what I'm saying? He keep, yeah, you can't, even though it's been a while, they kept on, you know what I'm saying, halting the date, you know what I mean, changing the date and all that. But look, focus is focus. If, excuse me, if you want to be a champion, you want to reestablish yourself in the boxing game, dog, you know it ain't gonna be easy. You know Al, you know Showtime. Fuck that. You know the fans and the sport in general is gonna make you work for it. They're gonna make you work for that shit. They not, you know what I mean? The time of them giving Adrian Broner just giving him shit despite him talking shit, doing shit, and all that shit is done. All that shit is done. So everything that Adrian Broner gets right now in the state in the sport of boxing, he's going to have to earn it. They're not going to. I mean, they already gave him an opportunity to fight again, but that's probably all they're going to give him because of his mentality, his charisma, the way that he talks. He always is going to, you know what I mean, draw people in. Doughboy, what's happening with your boy? First comment, Doughboy says Broner don't let his hands go, but he has a lot of problems outside of the ring. Facts. It has took a big effect on his boxing career. Facts. Second comment, Doughboy, Oscar De La Hoya still reaching out to negotiate Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, says Bernard Hopkins. Now, Doughboy, good to see you, my brother. Salute. He's another one of, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, Talk Nation member. Let's talk about that shit. Because they were talking about Ryan Garcia. Well, no, they said they were going to move away from the Tank Davis fight because they couldn't get a hold of Tank's basically they couldn't get a hold of Leonard Ellaby, Mayweather, which is bullshit in my opinion. But okay. So they said they're going to try to get Teofimo Lopez. Okay. Number one, Teofimo Lopez about to fight. And number two, if Campa goes in there and gives him a tough fight or beats him and shit, then what you going to be doing now? So it's hard to say you're going to go after Teofimo Lopez. Y'all should stick to y'all guns and go after Tank Davis, as you initially said. Dale says, Doughboy, they don't want that fight. They trying to fight Maxie Hughes. Yeah, I think I heard something about Maxie fucking Hughes. I don't even know who the fuck that is and shit. But see, Ryan Garcia has a habit of running his fucking mouth. That's number one. And Ryan Garcia has a habit of running his mouth and then going off and then fighting somebody who is beneath his skill set. He needs to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be challenged, period. And fighting somebody like Tank Davis, especially if Ryan Garcia says he don't care about titles, which is my opinion bullshit. Why are you a fucking fighter if you do not want to be a world champion? You know what I'm saying? Um, but if you say that you want to fight the best competition outside of becoming a world champion, you want to fight the best competition. So if you want to fight the best competition and you said that you wouldn't mind going down to 135 to fight that competition, then you keep on pursuing Gervonta Tank Davis. Because guess what? If you stay at 140, I don't know who the fuck Maxie Hughes is, but you have fights at 140 and fighters at 140 that Ryan Garcia can go after. But you know what? They are not fucking scrubs. You know what I mean? You think if you offer Gary Anton Russell, you know what I'm saying, a motherfucking fight, or you know what I'm saying, fuck that Adrian Broner a motherfucking fight, you know what I'm saying, at 140, I would say Prograis, but Regis Prograis is about to you know what I mean, fight Jose Zepeda for the vacant title. So you have to take them out of the mix. You know what I mean? So you still got some threats at 140 for Ryan Garcia to face, but that's the whole problem. He's not going to fuck with nobody because Ryan Garcia and matter of fact, Ryan Garcia is just not in the habit of fighting motherfuckers that can beat him. This is the main reason why Rashidi Ellis left Golden Boy is falling apart at a fast pace. Yeah, like I said, shout out to Rashidi. I was talking about them. You know what I'm saying? That's why you said. That's why he went to the PBC, and the PBC had been moving him. And like I said, that could possibly be a fight for jaronbootsennis if the standing on this fight don't materialize. Rashidi Ellis said that he wants to fight Boots. Okay, make that fucking fight happen. You know what I'm saying? But if Boots is able to get the standing on this fight, I think that being as though number one, it'll be, even though it's for the regular WBA title, it's still on a phenomenal card, which is the Spence, or would be the Spence versus Crawford card. So I think that Boots probably would wait if he was able to do that. But like I said, man, I mean, Golden Boy, see, that's the thing. When you are a promotional company and you put all your faith behind one fighter instead of making sure that you have a solid stable all around, you know what I mean? You got to play these bullshit games with people. Doughboy says, because if you look at Golden Boy, they don't put their they don't put their fighters on big stages. Look at Virgil Ortiz. He's not fighting top guys. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be trying to revere Virgil Ortiz as this next up and coming, which he does have talent. He is an up and coming young star in the welterweight division. But look, 19 fights, 19 knockouts, but you keep on fighting fucking tomato cans, dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one thing that you could say about Boots, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least he's fighting, you know what I mean? I mean, quote unquote, more credible opponents, you know what I mean? But at the same time, even Bootsennis can only fight who they put in front of him, because dudes ain't lining up to get in the ring with fucking Boots, because like I said, their life expectancy, their ring expectancy is 6 fucking rounds. It's 6 fucking rounds. If you jump into the ring with Jaron Bootsennis, your ring and life expectancy in that ring is 6 fucking rounds. If you take Jaron Bootsennis past 6 rounds, that's a silent victory in itself. But Virgil Ortiz, he needs to, like fucking McKinson, bro. Like, this fucking guy only had like what, 1 or 2 knockouts Are you fucking serious? This dude has no power. And when you fight somebody like Virgil Ortiz, you have, okay, skill. First of all, everybody should have skill. But if you are not a skillful boxer, you at least have to be a skillful boxer puncher, or maybe an aggressive puncher. But behind being an aggressive puncher or a boxer puncher, you have to have some degree of power. And if you have all those, if you have more fights, well, let's just say you have, because I forgot how many fights that McKinson had, but let's just say you have 20 fights. And if you don't have at least fucking 6 or 7 knockouts, something ain't right. Doughboy says, I think Rashidi Ellis is a better boxer than beat Virgil Ortiz, but Golden Boy don't know what potential is. Well, yeah, Speedy Rashidi, I mean, he is a good boxer. I mean, and his name says it itself. You know what I mean? He has speed. And that speed and the fact that he's he has boxing ability would give you know what I'm saying, people, I mean, problems. But like you said, Golden Boy is in the business of, like I said, if you have no fighters, if you don't have any fighters, you have one fighter, just like with Floyd and Tank Davis. We just got finished speaking about that also. When you are a promotional company, and I don't care about how many fighters that's under your quote unquote umbrella, your promotional umbrella, but if you have one fighter that's getting all the attention, something is wrong. If you cannot be, I mean, if you are, whoever the fighter is, they might as well self-promote. And at this state of the game, Gervonta Davis, he should have taken a risk that Terence Crawford took and did your own thing. Ride with GTD Promotions. You know what I mean? Bet on yourself. You're already one of the best fighters, best young fighters in the sport. People like Mike Tyson, Canelo Alvarez, they are fans of you, which says a lot about your skill and skill level. So, in my opinion, Tank should have walked away from fucking Mayweather. You should have entertain Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn was going to throw a boatload of money at Tank. That leads me to believe that Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe, they gave Tank a bag in order for him to stay over there at Mayweather Promotions. Dell says, do you know why they don't tell the weight of the boxer the night of the fight anymore? I like to know how much they rehydrate. I mean, well, because without without a rehydration clause, let's just say, I mean, because if the weight is 140, 147, and there's no rehydration clause, naturally, if somebody's coming at 147, when they rehydrate, they're probably going to rehydrate somewhere around the numbers of maybe 154 or something like that. Who knows? Maybe higher, depending upon the frame. And probably the reason why they do that is just because of that. Because if there's no rehydration clause after the fighter makes weight, you can, I ain't gonna say you can come into whatever, because you can't come in at 200 fucking pounds. But any fighter is going to come. I mean, it's pretty much like an unspoken weight parameter that any fighter is going to come in at, opposed to your said weight, whether it's 154, 130, 122, whatever. If you make weight and you come in at weight, just say like, okay, 147, you come in at 146.2. So now you done made weight. So the first thing you see guys doing after they done made weight, you see them with that fucking Pedialyte, you know what I mean? Rehydrating. And when they get their first meal in, you know what I'm saying? When they start eating, like I said, you may put on anywhere from 6 I mean, you shouldn't put on like no 10 pounds because now you're defeating the purpose of you working your motherfucking ass off because you're going to be slower. You know what I mean? And generally, depending upon who you are as a fighter, every fighter doesn't start out as at a fast pace. So if you start a fight and you rehydrate and you put on, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15 fucking pounds and shit, you coming into the fight at a disadvantage. And then your opponent is already going to be here. Your opponent is going to be lighter than you are. So now they're going to have better stamina, better movement. You know what I mean? They're going to have a better tank than you do. So you're going to fuck around and wind up gassing the fuck out. So that's probably why they don't do that. I was just asking because the night of the fight with Spence and Ugas looked huge to me. That's because, like I said, Ugas, man, he's I mean, some of these guys at welterweight, bro, like some of them are shorter, but I think Ugas is he's one of the taller you know what I'm saying, competitors. Ugas is probably anywhere from maybe I would say maybe about 5'8" to 5'10", somewhere around there. He may be like Boots height. That's why I say him and Boots will be a good fight. And Ugas is, like I said, once he rehydrates, because Ugas be looking small, you know what I mean, once they making weight. But like you said, once he rehydrates, he look bigger. And plus, like I said, I think he's bigger than Spence. You know what I mean? Spence is 5'8". So I think Ugas is probably, like I said, probably like 5'9", 5'10". He probably like Boots height. So that's why I said, man, like him and Boots would be a good fight. That's why when Ugas fought Sean Porter, that's why I said Ugas is very good at compacting his style, compacting his frame, and being able to fight a smaller, more active fighter. That's why he was successful with Sean Porter. And that's why when they put him in a ring with Manny Pacquiao to fight for the WBA title, when Spence couldn't fight because he had the eye surgery, I knew that was the lick. That was the setup. You know what I mean? And I knew Ugas' style and his ability. I knew that he can give Manny Pacquiao problems, number one. And number two, I truly believe wholeheartedly that Manny Pacquiao was ready mentally and physically to fight Errol Spence. That's why when he went in there, but Manny Pacquiao is a true competitor. He's a true champion. He's a true veteran, and he's a gentleman. So I knew that he wasn't going to walk away when they mandated that he had to fight Ugas, although arguably he should. Because like I said, I really believe mentally, physically, spiritually, Manny Pacquiao was really focused on fighting Errol Spence. The only skill set that he's seen and was preparing for was Errol Spence in every way. So once you threw Ugas into the mix, it basically turned everything on his head for Manny Pacquiao. And at that point, he couldn't reset. He just had to fight off of experience. And I believe that that's one thing, but Ugas having the ability to be successful at busy opponents like Sean Porter, like Manny Pacquiao, it was just a recipe for destruction for Manny Pacquiao. But Manny Pacquiao still executed. He still fought a good fight. And although he beat Manny Pacquiao, as I said, he still fucked Ugas up. Manny Pacquiao put hands on fucking Ugas, man. You saw fucking Ugas after the fight. He looked like a fucking pumpkin. You know what I'm saying? Manny fucked Ugas up. So it wasn't like it was a sweet fight. So just imagine if Ugas was the person that he was supposed to fight. Manny would have beat him. But Manny Pacquiao was geared up, like I said, mentally, physically, everything. He was geared up to fight Errol Spence. And when he could not fight Errol Spence, it kind of threw a monkey wrench out there. You know what I mean? It kind of threw a monkey wrench in their game plan and ultimately the fight. Doughboy says, if it wasn't for Floyd Mayweather making Tank what he is today, Tank will not be getting these big ass pay-per-view bags, which is a fact. But Tank is Floyd Mayweather's best fighter. Exactly. So that's why I say, like, for Tank, it's a slippery slope. Um, he been with Floyd long enough. He should have learned some shit where he could have walked away from Mayweather Promotions. But Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby were smart enough to, number one, put Tank and pay-per-view fights, making him a pay-per-view star, but most importantly, making sure that he is well paid. That he is well paid. Now, when they try to make sure, or when they try to fuck him up by fighting Rolly Romero, now that was kind of personal because, as we know, it might have been unwritten or unsung that Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather was kind of like beefing a little bit because they was like low key. Floyd was giving Rolly a little side bag if he could knock Tank Davis out. So that caused a little bit of a conflict, you know what I'm saying, with Gervonta Tank Davis, as it should. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you be neutral, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But if you putting little side bags on motherfuckers and shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let that motherfucker be the face of Mayweather Promotions. You know what I'm saying? And see how far, you know what I'm saying, Rolando, you know what I'm saying, Rolly Romero can fucking take you. Because guess what? After Frank Martin won his last fucking fight, who was one of two names that Errol Spence said for Frank Martin to fuck up next? Rolly Romero and Isaac Cruz. And Isaac Cruz, in my opinion, is a fucking problem. Isaac Cruz is a fucking problem. You go back to when Isaac Cruz fought Gervonta Tank Davis. Since we're talking about Tank, he gave Tank a hell of a fight. Didn't expect that he was going to get such a performance out of somebody like Isaac Cruz. But just like after that fight, and I still have the post, you saw Tank Davis say, and I quote, although he did not win, tonight a star was born. You know what I'm saying? And after that night, after that fight, Isaac Cruz, his stock went up. His stock went up. That's why he's had the fights that he has had ever since he fought Tank, because of his performance in that fight against Tank Davis. So now when they're mentioning, you know what I'm saying, when they're mentioning certain fights, now he's to the point where he can be mentioned as far as being a valuable opponent. His name does have a price tag on it. And I believe, in my opinion, it deserves it. I became a fan after that fight. I fuck with Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz, in my opinion, is a problem. Even if he fights Frank Martin, I don't think that'll be an easy fight for Frank Martin. If he fights Rolly Romero, come on, man. Frank Martin is going to do to Rolly what Tank did, if not better. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because Frank Martin, I think he's a little bit taller than Tank. You know what I'm saying? So Tank being a smaller guy, although Tank had power, once Rolly did get a couple of shots in on Tank, he fought a smart fight. He didn't want to be too aggressive and get in too close and give up his range. You know what I'm saying? He was already, you know what I mean, a bit, you know what I mean, smaller than Rolly. So he had to be smart, that's just smart boxing. So when Rolly and I'm talking about Tank running and all that kind of shit, I mean, that's just, you know what I mean? That's just when Bullet was talking that bullshit. I mean, that's just rhetoric, dog. You know what I mean? That's just bullshit. Tank is a better boxer than fucking Rolly. So why would Tank lower himself and fucking, you know what I'm saying? And stand toe to toe with fucking Rolly. Trey Sean Edwards, what's going on, my brother? I don't like Isaac Cruz. Very, very one-sided fighter. I don't know, man. I mean, I like Isaac Cruz. You know what I'm saying? I think he does have some boxing ability. I believe he's more in the realm of you know what I'm saying, like a boxer puncher type of fighter. But he does have skill. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with being an aggressive fighter, or you have that boxer puncher style. The only thing that I say, if you do fight in that format, do it with some type of precision. You know what I mean? Do it with some type of style. And I believe Isaac Cruz, he does have that ability. You know what I mean? He does have that aggressive come forward style, but he does have skill. He's good at it. And I believe, you know what I mean? That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But he does. I mean, like I said, ever since that fight, he's had a fucking career. You know what I mean? He has a fight right now. You know what I mean? And I believe that he will win that fight by knockout. And once he wins that fight, Errol Spence already put that shit out there, bro. You know what I mean? Like for Frank Martin, and Rolly is really lucky. You know what I mean? He's really lucky because you had an opportunity. You fought Tank Davis. You got knocked out. And the fact that you run your mouth pretty much puts you in the arena of being able to sell a fight. So you will fight again. But will you be able to fight the guys on the top level? He may not get that opportunity again. So now Rolly Romero is going to have to fight the Eastside Cruz, the Frank Martins of the bunch. And those guys, even though they are not, you know what I'm saying, on some people's top 2, top 3, but these guys are still dangerous. These guys are still a threat. These guys are still a problem, and they can potentially and most likely will be a problem for Rolly Romero's skill set. So, I mean, Rolly could talk a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? I mean, hey, he, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, like Rolly, you know what I mean? Like he's a funny guy, you know what I'm saying? But he's, yeah, I fuck with Rolly a little bit, but I'm not necessarily a Rolly Romero fan. You know what I mean? He talks a little bit too much, and his skill isn't it doesn't match the shit that be coming out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? But Eastside Cruz, man, like you saying Rolly Romero is a better fighter than Eastside Cruz. You know what I mean? Answer that. I mean, Trey Sean, you know what I mean? Answer that question. Do you think that Rolly is a better fighter than Eastside Cruz? Answer that question. Matter of fact, anybody can answer that question. You know what I'm saying? Who's the better fighter between the two? Eastside Cruz or Rolly Romero? I pick Roy, especially in a fight. Shit, I pick Eastside Cruz all day. And you may not believe me when I tell you, but I say the Eastside Cruz will knock Rolly out. Eastside Cruz can knock Rolly out, and it will be by uppercut. I tell you the punch and everything. Eastside Cruz has a dangerous uppercut, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if he catch you with that double uppercut that he throws, you fucking finish. Eastside Cruz will knock Rolly out if they fight. If he fights, you know, I mean, if Spence does make that fight between Frank Martin and Rolly Romero, man, Frank Martin will fuck around and stop him. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean? Definitely outbox him. That fight is either going the distance or possible stoppage. You know what I mean? Or who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin, you know what I mean? He may knock Rolly the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's cool being aggressive and being a puncher, but like I said, you have to, in my opinion, you have to have some type of skill with it. And Rolly just doesn't have that skill for me. Yes, he's a puncher, you know what I mean, but he doesn't have any skill behind it. You know what I mean? Little Pitbull look good in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Eastside Pitbull Cruz, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like, I fuck with Eastside Pitbull Cruz, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's young. And like I said, I believe he's getting, like I said, he's getting better, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and I believe he signed with Manny Pacquiao. So he's yeah, he gonna be good. He could be good. You know what I'm saying? He has, ever since the Tank Davis fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has a career. You know what I mean? So as long as Eastside Cruz want to fight, and especially as long as he keep winning, he's going to not only have a fight, but he's only a couple of fights away from you know what I'm saying, fighting for a title. You know what I mean? If he win a couple of more fights, you know what I mean, don't be surprised if they try to push his ass toward a title shot. And besides that, I could possibly see Eastside Cruz maybe even going up to the 140, bro. I can't see him going to 147. The highest I see Pitbull Cruz going probably is 140. Because like I said, he is a short dude. You know what I'm saying? So the highest I could see Pitbull, you know what I mean? The highest division I could see Pitbull fucking with is 140. I believe that, you know what I'm saying, once he move up, 140 is probably going to be his ceiling. You know what I mean? So he needs to, you know what I mean, tear up, you know what I'm saying? If anything, go down, you know what I'm saying? But if he goes up, 140 is the ceiling. You know what I mean? So you tear up where you at, go down, try to tear that up. Or if you go up, try to tear up 140. But definitely try to stay, don't fuck with 147. Because them dudes is bigger in height and in size. You know what I mean? Although Isaac Cruz can punch, you know what I mean? So can those guys. And 147 is the top 10, and 147 is not a bad looking top 10. You know what I mean? The bottom half of that top 5 are still capable, you know what I'm saying, fighters. So that'll be a hard division to break into, besides your physical, you know what I'm saying, deficiencies. So 140, Eastside Cruz, you know what I mean? He need to stay right there. But Eastside Pitbull Cruz is a fucking problem, bro. He's a fucking problem. Rolly, you seen Rolly at interviews and shit. Rolly still talking shit. But do you hear Rolly talking about fighting anybody? No. 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 Tank Davis. You hear Tank Davis talking about trying to fight Ryan Garcia. If it ain't Ryan Garcia, it's Devin Haney. You know what I mean? And I even heard Regis Prograis, he just got finished saying that that's still his dream fight. If he gets the opportunity, this is Regis Prograis, who fights at 140, that he would love the opportunity to fight Tank Davis. And according to like Floyd and them, you know what I mean? If he did get that opportunity, Regis Prograis would probably have to go down to 135. Which, I mean, if you want that bag, it shouldn't be a motherfucking problem. So, Tank Davis is still a one man. He's still a one man. Still one of the top fighters, number one. And number two, he is still any of his opponents, their biggest payday. But Rolly Romero, ain't nobody looking to fight fucking Rolly. And it ain't got nothing, it has nothing to do with his skill level or his threat level, because you're not getting a bag once you fight Rolly Romero. The financial negotiations between a Rolly Romero fight and whoever isn't or would not be a problem. Anybody he fights, Isaac Cruz, Frank Martin, or whatever, financially, that's a 50-50 kind of thing. You know what I mean? And especially, you know, Errol Spence, you know what I mean? That's Frank Martin promoter. He most certainly wouldn't allow Rolly to financially out muscle them in negotiations. Nah, that shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening. But like I said, skill wise, Frank Martin, I got Frank Martin all day in a Rolly Romero fight. Rolly Romero against Isaac Cruz, I got Isaac Cruz. But Rolly does have power. And in the sport of boxing, power is the ultimate equalizer. You catch somebody with the right shot at the right time, you can hurt him or possibly knock him out. But the way that Rolly be telegraphing his punches and shit, all you need is a nice, you know what I'm saying, inside, left hook, right hook, or an uppercut. And just have good lateral movement. And you can fuck Rolly up. You know what I'm saying? You can fuck Rolly up. And it ain't gonna be fucking hard. You know what I mean? His footwork is not excellent. And like I said, he throws a lot of wild shots. That's how Tank caught him. He was lazy, try to come in there with that motherfucking right hand, I believe it was, and shit. No, it was the reason. I think it was he threw the right hand to the left hand, because Tank came underneath the shot. You know what I mean? And Tank caught him, you know what I'm saying, with the left hand. Tank caught him with the left hand, and then came underneath and went to the side. So yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, it ain't hard. It ain't hard to set fucking Rolly up. All you gotta do is fight a smart fight, a patient fight in boxing, and wait for your spots and wait for your opportunity. And if you have power, you can catch him and you can hurt him. So Frank Martin, Great young boxer, well, good young boxer. Won't call him great shit, but good young talent. And he's been getting his opponents out of there, so he does have power. So Frank Martin against Rolly Romero, you know what I mean? I think that's why Errol Spence called that shit, because he knows that that's probably going to be a W for Frank Martin. So yeah, that's a decent fight at that weight. But like I said, man, I mean, yeah, shit is heating up, man. You got some good fights, you know what I mean, coming up. But like I said, I want to talk about Tiafimo and Campo, man. But I haven't done my homework yet on Campo, so I don't know his skill. I don't know his skill set, and I don't know what he's bringing to the table. I can speak about Tiafimo because I know his skill set. I know what he has done, and I know how he looks right now. So I could talk about Tiafimo, but that's not fair. I mean, to a degree, because it'd be one sided. So I can't, because I don't know anything about Campo, so I don't know what he's bringing to the table at all. But I know one thing, Tiafimo Lopez, he does look better. So I mean, I could say that much about him. But I'll probably be talking about that on the next chat. But man, we're about to wrap this up, man. Like I said, before we go, I asked y'all this before. What do y'all want to talk about in the next stream? 'Cause like I said, we going live tomorrow, man. We going live tomorrow. So what fight? Like I said, it can be one particular fight or it can be multiple fights. But what fights do y'all want to talk about in the next stream? So put that in the comments, man. Before we get up out of here. Trey, Dell, Doughboy, I mean, who's ever in here. Um, Let me know what y'all want to or what fight y'all want to talk about in the next one, or y'all want to talk about tomorrow.
Become the oldest fighter to win a world welterweight title. Amazing accomplishment that I never thought I would accomplish. But know that God is good all the time. That's why I gave all glory to God.
Yeah, man. Meant to hit the outro, but okay. So let's see what y'all say. Andy Ruiz and King Kong. That's what it is. Um, Andy Ruiz. I don't know who I'm. Matter of fact, um, we could talk about Andy Ruiz versus Luis King Kong Ortiz, and I think I'm gonna do my homework on Kampa, and we could probably throw Tiafimo and Kampa. We could probably throw that fight in there as well. So the Dale also says, bro, I'm down for whatever. I'm watching Hagler and Hearns now. I love boxing. You know what I'm saying? My guy. You know what I mean? And that's a hell of a motherfucking fight too. I was watching that fight like maybe a month ago. I was watching Hagler and Hearns. I was watching a lot of Tommy the Hitman Hearns. I was watching Hagler and Hearns, and then I was watching Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns and shit. I was watching a lot of Tommy the Hitman Hearns shit, bro. Like Tommy Hearns, bro, he was a bad motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like this motherfucker, bro. Tommy Hitman Hearns was a bad dude, bro. He was fucking he was fucking people up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And shout out and rest in peace, man, to Marvelous Marvin Hagler, man. You know what I mean? Shout out and rest in peace to the legend, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, that's what we getting into. That's what we getting into tomorrow, bro. You know what I'm saying? So enjoy the rest of the fight. And you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you come back, man. Holler at the family tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna be talking about Andy Ruiz versus King Kong Ortiz. And as I said, I think we're gonna throw in Teofimo Lopez and Campa. So, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about them and a whole lot more. But tomorrow, that's what's on the menu. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. Tomorrow, and we gonna end like that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out on the intro, then we gonna get up out of here.